don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history.
The Des Moines area is starting to buy trucks at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP. Select new 17 Ford F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP. Select new 17 Super Duties. Schottenkirk Ford, the truck stop. Up to $13,000 off select new F-150s. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. The truck stops here. Schottenkirk Ford.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power Price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the Power Price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power Price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power Price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com. The Power Price Event.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear. I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
It's time for live high school basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Young drives the lane, scoops it up short, down in, a kiss off the glass, good.
High school basketball on CISN.TV is brought to you by Johnston Chevrolet, Westside Auto Pros, Mid-American Energy. Now let's go courtside for high school basketball on CISN.TV.
Good evening and welcome to Johnston High School. It's time for Class 5A basketball here on the Central Iowa Sports Network, CISN.TV. A warm good evening to you wherever you may be around the world watching us on the web. You're watching the end of the sophomore game, or is it, they call this now JV1 or JV2?
Exactly,
yeah.
JV1, JV2.
That's Jackie Sapp. I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here. 17.1 seconds. Johnston up by 2, but they missed the rebound, and now Southeast Polk has a chance to tie it, and they miss it. 8 seconds rebound, Johnston, and a foul. And maybe Johnston will escape here with a win in this JV contest. And we're getting ready for a varsity game that's going to start somewhere around 6:15. We were headed for 6:15, and then all of a sudden it got really close here at the end and changed our perspective. But you probably have some of these girls in class.
I do. I do have some of them.
You're going to grade their performance right now?
No, never do that. Just tell them to play hard.
And the first free throw is good. That makes it a 3-point game for Johnston. And they now, if this free throw goes in, that will make it a 2-possession game with 6 seconds. And that would ensure us starting closer to 6:15. And a timeout on the court. So we're getting close here to finishing this one, which means we still have a few minutes before we get going. So we jumped the gun a little bit on you, but that's because we were looking at that way. But tonight, Jackie, we have, this is a top 10 matchup, a third in a row for Johnston. The Dragons come off of losses. They came off a loss to Dowling Catholic, 57-54. Great ball game that you were able to see here on CISN.TV. You can go back and watch the archive of that stream if you want via our YouTube channel. And the Dragons right now come home. These next 2 games are crucial because seedings are set a week from now. And everybody wants to win as many games as they can and have a great ranking ahead of those seedings.
And so, you're right, it's so crucial and so important. The fact that they won on the road went last Tuesday, and then they were on the road on Friday, and they lost that close one to Dowling. So, they played in quite a few close games. And I just said to somebody today, it's like, no one really knew what to expect because they lost, a good player from last year, Taryn Knuth. And so I think people kind of maybe overlooked Johnston, and Johnston came out of the gates just, all force.
Well, 5A, to me, wide open, and especially here in Central Iowa, as that pass goes out of bounds. Because you have Valley, the defending champ, lose one of their great players. She's now playing at Drake, Hannah Fuller. They have Shea, and they also have one of the best players in the state in Zoe Young. who's committed to the University of Maryland. So you have Valley, who has, I think it's safe to say, underperformed a little this year. They've lost, I think, 6 or 7 games. However, they go over to Eastern Iowa, which is seen to be the stronger side of the state for girls basketball, at least in the big schools, and they beat Iowa City West by 7.
I know. I can tell you this from being in and coaching. When I coached in Western Iowa, it was kind of like no one ever knew who you were, and all the focal point was right here in the metro because it's heavily populated. So I think sometimes you get those ratings, or people play each other. Sometimes it's hard to judge really how good somebody is. I think we have some of the finest basketball right here in the state, right in Central Iowa. It's so competitive.
Well, in the upper classes, Central Iowa has been your state champion at least 5 years in a row, if not longer than that. So if it hasn't been Johnston or Valley or Dowling Catholic or Southeast Polk or Centennial, it's not been anybody else.
Right.
Before that, it was Ankeny
Right.
before the split.
Yep.
So it has been Central Iowa's league on the big schools. And now all of a sudden, you come into this game tonight, Southeast Polk was a team I don't think anybody was talking about. You say Johnston, people weren't talking about. They weren't mentioning, Southeast Polk, they're going to have to start a freshman, they're going to have to start a sophomore. This is an incredibly good and getting better basketball team.
And there's some really good young talent in the league. We're talking freshmen and sophomores that perform. It's like they're unconscious. So that's kind of nice to see.
Grace Larkins is a freshman. She's the leading scorer for Coach Tracy Daly, 19.1 points a contest. Shiloh McCool, 14.8 points a game. She is a senior, so you have a freshman and a senior doing incredible things. Oh, and by the way, they start another freshman, a sophomore, and a junior.
I know it's remarkable. They have some really good coaching though. They've been competitive the last 3 or 4 years, and I think when you have that consistency in your coaching staff, it makes a difference on the kids that come up and your program. So, it'll be a good game tonight.
Tracy Daly has brought several teams to state. She's been in that state final game. She's had some great players. I think of some sharpshooters. She puts the team in position every single night, the scouting. She's intense, though, Jackie.
Yeah,
she is someone, I remember the first year that we were doing, might have been the first or second year we were doing the state finals on Iowa Public Television. My job during the week is to tell the teams, hey, if you win in the semifinals, I'm going to tell you a couple things about the finals, what's going to happen. You're wearing a microphone. You're going to do a pregame or a halftime interview either before or after halftime. And there'll be no stoppages for TV timeouts, but you'll just play. And she looked at me and she goes, is that mic live? I go, well, what do you mean? She goes, have you not watched what I say? I go, yeah, I can usually read lips pretty well. She goes, I cover my mouth the whole time. And she was concerned about that. But we didn't use anything live. She just gets into the game.
Yeah. Very active, which is good to see.
I think
that's probably why our kids play hard for her.
They do. And, you've got Johnston now coming off the loss of Taryn Knuth. You have Reagan Nessheim, the other tall tower, but she does not play the same as Taryn.
No,
they're
not
different
at all.
styles of
Yes,
play.
Yes.
Taryn was somebody that blocked shots. She scored a lot of points down on the block. Reagan's fine scoring from wherever, but she's a lefty too. Just a whole different type of player in the way they use her in the offense.
She's playing a little more composed. Last year she got into foul trouble, and when I saw her against Waukee, she seemed to be more under control. She is also a year older. Just played a little more confident. So.
Well, and what's really been helping her, though, Jackie, who's been getting her the basketball, and the star of this team has emerged, is a sophomore, and that's Maya McDermott.
Yes, I had her in class first semester, and she definitely is spunky and very confident, and that shows. I mean, she plays that way. She plays with no fear, and her shot has gotten better this year. She spent a lot of time in the off season perfecting that, and it's shown.
She's averaging almost 20 points a game, 19.9. Maya just plays hard. She's a great soccer player. I think initially it was, we just want her to play soccer. Don't play any other sport. She comes out for basketball. And she hits from anywhere. She does whatever Coach Chad Gillett needs. And a good point guard will take a team a long way.
And she eats, drinks, breathes basketball. She loves basketball. I think soccer might have been initially her sport, but I think she's really grown to love the game and likes to talk the game and is eager to learn and do better.
The only thing about her playing at that next level is going to be the height situation. She is a little shorter than most of the girls, but as I seem to think of an even shorter player, an Ellie Ruffridge from Pocahontas. She was able to get a Division I scholarship to Missouri State. It can be done.
Yes.
If you're good enough, some school will find you and put you in.
And if you've got quickness and you've got, ball savvy and you understand the game, that makes up for a lot of it, And Maya's really a pretty good passer, so, those are all attributes that you want in a point guard.
So Jenna Johnson is another one of the key parts. She's averaging about 13 points a contest. Jenna is one of those just solid of the lineup players for you.
Yes, she is. She not flashy, gets the job done, steady, which is you need players like that. And they've had some kids come off the bench that, they're not real deep, but the people that they've had to, come off the bench, the Need girl who's a sophomore, she gave him some valuable minutes the other night. And so that's always nice to see this time of the season because you want some of those bench players to be able to give you more time throughout the end of the rest of the season.
And that's something that could hurt Johnston down the stretch without a strong bench because when you get to state, you got to play 3 games in a week if you want to play. This year on Friday night, the 5As will be they'll be the first games out of the gate at state on Monday, and then they'll have their semifinals on Wednesday and Thursday, and then they play finals on Friday. So it's a whole different. It goes 1 and 5A do a complete switch. 2A goes where 4A, and 4A goes where 2A. 3A stays the same. But we'll have all the finals on beginning Friday night at 6 o'clock, Class 5A on Iowa Public Television, and then 4A, 3A Saturday afternoon, 2A, and then the nightcap is a 1A. The only thing that's the wrinkle right now is exact times on Saturday. The games have been 4, 6, and 8. There is a chance they're going to go 3, 5, and 7. So we'll see. Is that already posted that way?
Yeah.
Have they decided?
Yeah, they did post it that way.
I'm sorry. Greatness has now walked in here into the high school gym, and that's Dar Danielson, play-by-play of the boys' game tonight. He'll have that. We're going to take a break, step away. We'll get you ready for Johnston and Southeast Polk here on CISN.TV. Coming to your...
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger, faster.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong...
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I look for the seal?
The Johnston Pep Band gets us ready for this Class 5A contest between the Johnston Dragons, who are 6th ranked in the latest Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union rankings, and the number 7 Southeast Polk Rams. Both of these teams come in at 13-2, both coming off close games last week. Early in the week for Southeast Polk, late in the week for Johnston. The Rams come off a 64-38 win at Ankeny, where they jumped out to a 25-8 lead in the first quarter. Johnston comes off a game where they gave up more than 30 points to Caitlin Clark alone for Dowling Catholic and lost that contest 57-54. I'm Paul Yeager, and this is Jackie Sapp. Tonight, Jackie, we've talked about a couple of these other players, bench depth, how things are going. When you have a contest like this and you know that it matters heavily, and if you have to travel to get to state or if you get to stay home, you don't get much higher regular season setup than that.
No, you don't. And I think this is the part of the season that really coaching and everything you work for in your program, I think all comes about now, because like what you said, this matters for something. It matters for your seeding. It matters for, whether you have home court advantage when it comes to tournaments. So how you play the game now really plays out where you go down the road. And what I mean by that is I think kids have got to realize now you can't play helter-skelter. You've got to play under control. And, that the things we do, like the other night, I think the Waukee game was a prime example, and I said over and over again that shot selection was important. And the same thing's going to be here, controlling the ball, shot selection, making good decisions, those kinds of things.
And this is one of those barometer sticks games as well, a barometer game, I guess, to kind of see how you rate up against good competition back to back. I mean, there's something to be said about that, I think, in my mind.
Right. Well, and you said earlier, Johnston three games in a row now, they're playing ranked competition, and that's just like tournaments, Other than they've got a few days off rest, they're playing somebody tough every night out, which is a good thing.
And, Southeast Polk is one of those flying under that radar, but as they continue to move up, usually the way it works, anything can change, but normally the way the seedings draw, you want to be in that top 8 because you've got 8 berths at state, which means you will be home during that whole round. Now, there's a chance if you're number 9, you get at least a home game, but 5A is so small, you might only have 2 games to get to state, but you're not going to get that bye in the first round that you would if you were a 1 seed.
Well, prime example was last year when Johnston played
Davenport
and Davenport had to come all the way over here. Had that game been over there, Johnston probably wouldn't have made it to state. So I mean, what you're saying has a lot of validity.
So your top 10 in 5A right now is this is the rankings from last Thursday. So this would not include Friday's games. City High of Iowa City 13-0, but they have won to up that. They're number 1. Cedar Falls, Iowa City West, which lost to Valley on Saturday. Pleasant Valley, Dowling Catholic, Johnston, Southeast Polk, and then Ankeny Centennial. Waukee, with their 2 losses last week, had fallen. Prairie of Cedar Rapids is 10, Indianola at 11, Cedar Rapids, Washington, Bettendorf, Ankeny, and West Des Moines Valley. Dropping out of the rankings is Ames. So Valley at 7-8, now 8-8 because of those rankings since that time. They're going to have to be a team that goes on the road. And where that district gets drawn, some of them go west, some of them stay center, some of them go east. Because think about that, Jackie. You already said it. Davenport North played Johnston to go to state last year. That was the same district. So there's always a lot of creativity in creating those because the union wants the best teams at state. And it's hard to argue with that point.
But they used to go neutral sites. They used to go where maybe Johnston and Davenport North would have played in Marshalltown or somewhere else, and they've gone. I think financially they've gone away from that because you're going to draw more when you're at one site. So Again, though, you're right. Winning right now is so pivotal where you end up in terms of brackets and seedings.
We'll see how it shakes out. We're just a few minutes away, or a few moments away from the opening tip, but we'll take a break, have the starting lineups, the national anthem, and the opening tip here on CISN.TV.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just...
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Time for basketball here on CISN.TV. It's Johnston and Southeast Polk. We're going to have the starting lineups here, and they have upped their game since the last time I was here. We've got some lights. We've got much more steam. As the Abby Sutton is introduced. As now the Johnston players come out of a tunnel down on our right side. Grace Larkins, another freshman. Kendall Need as the smoke and the fire flies. I feel like I'm at a Barnstormer game. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back with the tip-off right after this. No, we'll leave it here. We'll leave it here, Dar. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you were trying to tell me. We're getting all sorts of stuff straightened out. Sorry, Dar.
For the Dragons, the 6-foot sophomore, number 40, Maddie Mock. And for your Rams, it's a freshman, she's 5'10", number 40, Riley Cruzy.
So Sutton, Larkins, Albertson, McCool, and Cruzy get the start. That's a freshman, senior, junior, freshman, and senior. And the Dragons counter with McDermott. McDermott, Need, Mock, Nessheim. I missed the fifth. What did I miss there, Jackie?
Thompson? Nope.
Oh, I missed Jenna Johnson. There we go. The senior, 5'9". So Jenna Johnson comes in, and she'll start the Dragons in their white uniforms with purple numbers trimmed in gold. The Rams in their road grays with white numbers and Rams around the front.
I believe Need is new to the lineup from last Tuesday.
Dave Rittman will toss it in. And we're ready to play basketball at Johnston High School. Nessheim tips it to McDermott, and the Dragons contain it early on. Underneath they go to Reagan. She uses the left in the glass, and she's got the game's first 2 points.
Nice, strong post up.
Albertson now up top to Larkins, or that's Cruzy. Running that top three-person weave. Three-pointer from way out is off the mark by Sutton. Rebound Rams. Sutton thought about it, but she's being guarded by Mock. Driving to the hole and scoring is Grace Larkins. Tied at 2 here early on. McDermott pulls up her dribble. Need with it, top of the key. She's got good defense by Grace Larkins. Driving and missing. Cruzy with the rebound. Rams quickly into an offense. Kind of just trying to penetrate and see what's there. The shot is missed, and it was rebounded all by Sammy Albertson.
This is a pretty up-tempo game. Got a miss there by Need.
Oh, up ahead long, all alone is Sammy Albertson. 2 more, and it's a quick timeout for the Dragons. And the Dragons scored first, Jackie, but then it's been 6 straight for the Rams.
They're running their offense, they're pushing the ball, they're attacking the basket, where Johnston's really, they attacked the first score they had, and then after that they went away from it. It's one of those games where you kind of got to settle in. Johnston started out the same way the last 2 times out, where they, just took them about a couple minutes to get in the flow of the game.
Just a quick 30-second timeout from Coach Chad Gillick. Played 90 seconds, and they're down by 4, so just reminding them some of the things they talked about as McDermott brings it up. Nessheim way out on the top side. They go try to go high-low, and Johnson saves it for a moment, but Southeast Polk is there. Nice pass inside is blocked, and then picked up loose ball. What they do so well, Jackie.
They're aggressive.
They're aggressive, and they get everything that comes to them.
I think they might be a little bit quicker. At least they seem like they get a jump to the ball.
Need back with it on the left wing. Guarded heavily by Larkin. Stolen away by Albertson. She picks McDermott's pocket. Goes left, right. Blocked by McDermott. Out of bounds. It'll stay Southeast Polk ball.
Didn't we just get done talking about the size of McDermott?
She's listed at 5'6" in the program.
Hey, that's her competitive edge, man. She never gives up.
She's a sophomore. Played a lot as a freshman. Setting that pick, it's going to be an illegal screen.
See, that's good heads up on McDermott. She saw the screen, moved, tried to get through. The girl moved with her. She's a heads-up ball player.
McDermott now with it. Kind of doing the pick and roll. Drive kick now. 3-pointer on the way. No good by Need. Not probably the best shot you want. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Polk.
This is where young people have to understand. It's 8-2. You don't need a 3-point shot. Work for the high percentage shot, because then you find yourself in a hole.
Rams run that screen, backdoor cut, nice move, and score, Grace Larkins.
They've had some great cuts to the basket, give and go.
Up ahead, turnover, it'll go back to Polk.
Got to settle down now, Johnston.
The Rams, no fear. Their 2 losses this year came to Centennial and Waukee. The Waukee loss was only a 1-pointer. It was a little bigger spread against Centennial. Rainbow 3 is short, saved by Polk, but into the arms of Reagan Nessheim. McDermott pushes the tempo. Need had it for a moment, pulls it out. Johnson, guarded by Larkins. The screen's there, but not the roll. 10-2, Rams. McDermott floats it for 2 and ends the drought. An 8-0 run is over. Actually, it was a 10-0 run.
Yep. Much more patient.
Basketball is a game of runs. And you stem the tide at 10. Good passing from the Rams. Drive. And it's going to be a block. There were 3 Dragons there.
All they're doing is running a weave. They're running pass, give and go, dribble penetration. And they're so fluid in their offense. That's why they're making things happen.
The sophomore, number 14, Jessica Stewart for the Rams. She replaces Liza Sutton.
Elma Hosdick is whistled for. And it's going to be a turnover, travel. Hodzik. I switched the D and the Z, my apologies. 10-4. Dragons with a chance to cut into this lead. Running their own high weave. Johnson with it. Uses the screen from Nessheim. Now they give it back to Reagan on the inside. Takes 2 dribbles and kicks it out. Nice drive and go. Scoop the loop. No good. Rebound. Same player, which is Jenna Johnson, and she's now got a little fire.
She made a nice move. Faked one way and came back with her left. Again, there's a prime example. Just a steady ball player, not flashy.
First free throw is good.
Checking back into the game for the Dragons is Maddie Mott.
By Jenna Johnson. She'll have another here and connects. 10-6 now, closest the Dragons have been in a while. Had the 2-0 lead and then gave up 10 straight. Corner 3 on the way is off the mark. Rebound Need. She almost loses it out of bounds. Johnson gets it, steps in front of McDermott, and Jenna will drive. The floater, no good. 2 Rams there. One of them coming away with it is Shyla McCool. Three-pointer setup is rims out right. Larkin's shot not quite there. McDermott chases it down. Inside. Drop step, turn around, taken away by the Rams. Larkins, and there'll be a foul a long way from the basket called on Johnson.
Larkin doesn't look like a freshman.
No.
I mean, she does physically, but she doesn't in terms of her play.
Grace Larkins coming into the contest averaging 19 points a game. She has 4 so far, but it might be those intangibles that don't show up in the scorebook, how good she is.
I think you're absolutely right.
Larkins with it, top of the key. Need, who usually draws the tough defensive assignment. Give and go, blocked by Nessheim, and then Sutton reaches in and it'll be whistled for the foul, her first.
If you watch, Paul, the 2 offenses, Southeast Polk, everything that they do offensively is going at the basket, penetrating, cutting. When you watch Johnson, they have a tendency to go sideline to sideline. And I think sometimes that doesn't give them the best opportunity to score.
The internal pass to Johnson is tied up with Shiloh McCool, and it'll be a jump ball, alternating possession arrow. It goes to Southeast Polk. So you're saying Johnston's not making cuts to the basket, but Polk is?
Right,
is that what you're
right.
saying?
Like right as an example right there. They go right at the basket, and Johnston in their offense, they have a tendency, I noticed this the other night, where they go sideline to sideline. Now, the last 2 times they've scored, Johnston and McDermott, they've gone at the basket.
McDermott answers. The Larkins, 2. 12-8. Good drive by Larkins off the left, off the back of the iron, but the rebound is there for the Rams. Cut, nice cut, pass out one more time. 3 ball off the back of the iron, tipped away. Dragons have some numbers the other way, but Need up ahead, the lefty, no good. For the Dragons by Macy Thompson, and the Rams, after that quick turn of events, have the basketball. Larkins, spin move in the lane, no good. Rebound, block. And then nearly thrown away, but Larkins chases it down. Approaching 1 minute to go here in the first half. McCool with it, waits for the pick, gets off to the three-point shot is no good. McDermott has it now, plenty of time. Maya runs, leaves it for Nessheim, who's fouled on her way to the hoop. And McCool's like, what?
That foul was on Shyla McCool. That's her first, team foul number 4.
So McCool, the senior, 9 rebounds a game for her. That number 22 number throws you. She plays, normally the taller player gets the higher number. Nessheim misses the front end. But I'll tell you, McCool plays absolutely like she belongs down on the post.
She's got a good set of legs underneath her. She's a strong girl.
And Nessheim misses them both. And who gets the rebound? McCool. Larkins up ahead. Inside for 2, Liza Sutton. Driving, Nessheim kicks, Johnson 3. Off the mark, saved by Need to Nessheim. They're gonna say it's a jump ball and it'll stay Johnston basketball. 27.2 seconds remain here. Dragons trying to get to double digits in this first quarter. The Rams trying to hold an opponent to 8 in the first quarter for the second consecutive game. Mock with it. 20 seconds to go. McDermott with it. Way out from the basket. Looks like the Dragons are going to hold for 1, although I think Coach Jillick wants them to go. Need inside, too tall of a pass. 5 seconds, 4, 3, ball is off the court. Up ahead, Need at the buzzer, and 1! Oh my!
That was heads up.
You got to give Need and Mock credit. They got that ball stopped on the floor, picked up the loose ball. Time was running out.
That was a big bucket.
So Need gets 2 with a chance for 1 more. And she misses it. She didn't have time. You just got to pick it up, put it up, go back up strong. Well, the Dragons get 10, not quite the way they had it drawn up, but Polk has the lead 14-10 the second quarter when we come back.
Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the power price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
When people visit the Lodge of Ashworth, they fall in love with our grounds. They're impressed with our dining room, but it is our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites that attract the most attention. With bay windows, full kitchens, large walk-in closets, and modern appliances, the Lodge feels like home. We have suites move-in ready, or we will help you customize. Create a home office, media room, or bedroom for visiting friends or family. Call us today for a private tour and ask about our flexible pricing plans.
What'd you see in the first quarter?
I saw some things, for instance, on defense, Southeast Polk's doing a really good job of sagging, and that's why they've stolen some passes from Johnston.
McDermott steals her own here to start the second quarter. She's going to go coast to coast and lay it high off the glass for 2.
Another thing that was real key at the end of that quarter was the fact that Southeast Polk didn't get the ball and score at the end, then get it right back again. It could have been a 4-point swing, and instead Johnston got a 3-point advantage, or 2-point conversion.
Loose ball fight on the far corner will stay Ram basketball.
Johnston's got to do a better job of not telegraphing their passes. They're trying to hit that lob pass inside, and it's just they've had it stolen 2 or 3 times.
Top of the key, Grace Larkins, number 10, has it now. Fakes right, goes left, scoop, no good. Rebound, Rams, rebounds again, Larkins, and she's fouled. We'll shoot a couple of shots. And they're going to whistle Maddie Mock.
That's her first. Team foul number 3 for the Dragons.
You know, another thing, I've checked the foul shooting percentages, and I'm just amazed how low they are. Southeast Polk is shooting at 62.9% for the season, and Johnson's 67.6%. And I guess I always expect, you know, it to be a little bit higher.
You know, I'm with you on that. I'd like to see better free throw shooting too.
I mean, it's so pivotal in a game.
I think that's been one of the Achilles heels of Johnston the last couple of years, is they just haven't been good from the free throw line. And big games come into that. They're trying to tap inside. Good move inside. That was not even going to be anything that Johnston's Maddie Mock, she had no plans to shoot it. She was just the pass through. And she's fouled. And that's going to be the second charge to Riley Cruz.
I don't think either team hit a 3, have they?
No, not yet.
You know,
they've taken them.
Yeah.
Nessheim's floater is off the mark. Up ahead, McDermott gets beat by Larkins once, twice, and Larkins lays it in for 2. She now has 9. Up ahead. Loose ball, chased down by Southeast Polk. Larkins too far of a pass in front for her to handle. It'll be a turnover, go back to Johnston. 17-12, 5-point advantage for the Dragons. 6:32 here. Paul Yeager, Jackie Sapp, Peter Tarpey, Dar Danielson. We're all here on this nice, I won't even call it a cold night. 25 degrees for the winter we've had. Only going to get warmer. Inside.
See that great backside help. That ball goes in the air, and they've got a defender covering the weak side from the weak side.
Jumper is no good. Mock slaps it away. Rams save it, though. Almost every loose ball, it seems to be, Southeast Polk gets it.
They're just really active with their hands. There again.
No call.
Wow.
2 players collide knee to knee and more. Up ahead, Mock misses. Rebound, Rams. Here comes Sutton. Up ahead, Larkins. The give, the go, the 2 for Shyla McCool. Timeout, Johnston. 5:36 to play in the second quarter. Johnston is second in scoring in the CIML, and Southeast Polk is third in defense. Which one's winning tonight?
Defense.
Defense, isn't it?
Yep. But that's partially because Johnston, he's just not making good decisions. He just slow down, not push the panic button. Now we have Southeast Polk in the zone, so they've gone from man to zone.
And you know that what they just talked about in the huddle for Johnston was not on how to defend the zone.
You're absolutely
McDermott,
right.
the floating shot from the elbow. That's a nice looking one. Back to a 5-point lead for the Rams. Give and go, and then it's denied for just a moment from McCool. Larkins drives. Ball goes out of her hands. They're letting them play. McDermott with it. She's not in the majority. Off Need's knee. Taken away by the Rams. They go left to right. Oh, they're just running the drill where you don't even have the basketball touch the ground. I love that drill.
It's like the 3-man weave. It's pass, pass, pass. That's how you beat defenses, not dribble. I think the University of Iowa men's team needs.
Oh, don't even get me started about them. They can't even play defense. Let's just call it what it is.
Don't get your old elementary principal started on that subject.
I suppose. Defense or the Hawks?
The Hawks.
McDermott way out. No good. Rebound. No one grabs because it goes out of bounds. It'll be Southeast Polk. You know, with the Hawks, I just wish they could. I mean, they play some better defense in the block. What they struggle with is getting to that outside shot. And when you make that extra pass, teams can do that. The good teams do it. And almost every team in the Big Ten
Are you
this
trying
year
to say we're not a good team?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know you are.
McCool drives, and it's taken away by by Johnston, and that's Jenna Johnson. She lays it in for 2, and now Johnston has scored 4 straight, and they're within 3. Closest they've been since it was 6-2. Blocked by Nessheim, then it's the loose ball is chased down by the Rams, still on the ground, and that's going to be a reach on Shyla McCool, and I think that's her second.
That foul is on Shyla McCool. That's her second.
So there's a difference of quick hands and reaching, right?
Yes, there is, most definitely. But Southeast Polk has quick hands, and they board really well.
Liza Sutton back into the game along with Grace Larkins for the Rams, for the Dragons on the hot seat and Maddie Mock.
So the Rams can get, they change a couple of players out. Looks like I see J.C. Elliott, number 4. Free throw is off the mark. The Rams, it did go. The scoreboard's slow.
It was good.
Yeah, so
it
the
was on that.
Free throw percentage, both of them go. Rams lead now down to 1. Larkins, guarded by Johnson. Larkins is trying to do it all. She drives and kicks. 3 on the way, no good. Jump ball. And there'll be a foul now, as having possession was Maddie Mock. And they're going to whistle Jessica Stewart, number 14.
Going to the line for the 1-1 will be.
It's been a couple of Stewarts go through the program.
There's been a lot of fouls called.
Now we're starting to see some fouls, except on Johnston. They only have 3 fouls.
Yeah.
The Rams have 8 team fouls.
Well, I think that's because Southeast Polk's a lot more aggressive, which can be good and which can be bad.
And also the freshman number 44, Cadence Williams.
Another freshman comes in for the Rams. This time it's Cadence Williams. Free throw is off the mark. Under 70% as a team, both of these. Off Larkin's knee, out of bounds. It'll be Johnston basketball. So now the Rams, Jackie, can go on the other side of the scoreboard here. The Dragons have a chance to take the lead for the first time since the first part of the ball game. Nessheim now back. Top of the key for Johnson. Inside, Reagan's lefty is good. And that's going to be a foul on Johnston.
You know, there was an example where they went high-low and they had a taller passer outside because right now Maya's on the bench. And it makes a difference on the angle of the pass because they've been struggling with hitting that low post player, and they've been trying to force that play. And this is only the second time they've been successful at it.
That's Jenna Johnson's third foul. She's picked up 2 fouls within about 10 seconds of one another. So the 3 of the 5 team fouls are attributed to Jenna Johnson. Free throw on the way from Larkins is good. And no surprise, she's a 68% free throw shooter. And now she has 10. And that breaks a 6-0 run by the Dragons. Both free throws good. Rams have the lead back at 21-22. We're under 3. McDermott drives. The ball's tipped. Now one more pass on the floor is Mock. It's going to be tied up. And we have a new player in. Who did I see? 10? Yeah. Brooke McKee comes in for the Dragons. McDermott with it. So a smaller lineup on the guard side, but the bigger lineup on the forwards for the Dragons right now. So they go Hodzik inside, tipped away again. Good backside defense. And then the Dragons steal it. Jenna Johnson makes a move. They're going to call it travel. I'm sorry, that's Alma Hodzik.
She had a great hustle play, got back.
Rams with the basketball and a 1-point lead. Larkins drives, fade away. She wasn't even looking at the basket. That's 12 for Larkins. She scored the last 4 on her own. Up ahead, no good. Reagan Nessheim the rebound. Kick over McDermott on the wing. Back down low, looking for contact, draws it on the pump. But I tell you what, Maddie Mock, she almost faked herself out of the gym.
That's her first. Team foul number 9. At the line to shoot free throws, Maddie Mock.
First free throw, not there. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left to go.
I tell you, if I was a coach and missed free throws, oh.
Second free throw, not there. Rebound. And foul on Johnston.
Coach needs to say no fouls the last 2 minutes and 1 second. No fouls.
How does that work to say no fouls? Doesn't that mean you usually foul?
Yeah, usually when you say no whatever, they do.
No, they do it.
Yeah.
I think that's what the Saints were telling their defense. No penalties, no penalties. They didn't get a penalty. They didn't say anything about letting them score. How does she do it?
She's deceiving.
Grace
She
Larkins.
really is deceiving.
Larkins on a 6-0 run of her own. She's up to 14 now. McDermott with it. Drives. Kicks. Johnson not looking to shoot the ball when they get it. McDermott says, fine, I'll shoot it. No good. Nessheim tips it away, but into the hands of Sutton. And the Rams will have it. Approaching a minute. Down low. That shot is blocked. Rebound and a foul on Johnson, and going to the line is going to be Sammy Albertson.
Southeast Polk players have split defenses. There's 2 defenders, and they have gone between those 2 defenders I don't know how many times to score.
Free throw is good by Albertson.
Now, that's something that they have drilled, something they have worked on in practice because they do a really good job of it.
Free throws? Or
No,
are you
splitting defenses.
Splitting defenses?
Well, free throws too. Another offensive board.
I think that's more what they've been doing. They've got to be controlling the rebounds in this game.
Most definitely.
I'm not keeping track, but I'm sure it's way in favor of the Rams. Down low, Nessheim had a move. She had Sutton pinned with her right shoulder, but the pass was just too much. 61 seconds to go here before half. Rams up by 6. Low-scoring contest for these two teams. Under their average, anyway. Larkins with it. Makes a move. On need. Spin move. Not there. Sutton the board. Back to Larkins. She'll drive on need. No foul. Not going to call it on a block or a charge. McDermott up ahead left side. McKee inside Nessheim. Reagan chases it down at 30 seconds. Down low. Back to Reagan. Drives the baseline. Curves to a cutting McKee for 2.
Nice pass, nice cut.
That ends the 6-0 run. 3-ball Larkin short. 9 seconds to go before half. McDermott drives down, kicks it to need. Back to McDermott. 4 seconds. 3, 2. McDermott before the shot is fouled. She'll have a chance.
Fouls on Abby Sutton, that's her first. That's a 10th team foul. At the line to shoot 2 free throws.
That's a lot of fouls.
So Sutton, I'll tell you what, that's a way to get into your bench, is to get everybody fouled. McDermott with a chance to pull it within 3, misses the first shot.
Riley Cruz is back on the floor for the Ravens.
McDermott 8 points, regularly 20 points a game. She's usually an 82% free throw shooter. Makes the second.
Mason Thompson back on the floor for the Dragons, replacing Maya McDermott.
So McDermott goes out. 1.3, trying not to let him get a running start. And that's Larkins not even close on the heave-ho. 26-23 is the way it will end, with the Rams on top here in this contest. The Dragons outscore Southeast Polk 13-12 in that quarter. And the Rams will take to the halftime break, a 3-point lead. We'll come back, recap some of the scoring, and look at some of the other games going around, and maybe we'll even talk to Dar Danielson if we like. I don't know. He always doesn't resist an open microphone. Maybe tonight's that chance. We'll take a break here on CISN.TV.
Your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Pricey Fendt, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power price, $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the power price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox, power price, $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos, power price, $18,790. The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to
Here's
get...
to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Got to hold on to what we got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not, but you know what, Dar? We've got each other, and that's a lot. What we have is Johnston trailing at the half at home here, 26-23 against Southeast Polk. Paul Yeager and Jackie Sapp at the half here. And Jackie, this is a contest that started out early with Johnston, and then it's been pretty much, it feels like for a while in that first quarter that it was all Southeast Polk after that.
I would agree with that statement. Johnston just doesn't quite look like they're into a flow. And again, as I stated earlier, Southeast Polk does a really nice job of attacking the basket, going at the basket. Defensively, their hands are active. I bet you they're outboarding Johnston 2-1. And you know, so those things have played a part in where the score is at. Johnston, on the other hand, hasn't helped themselves by some of their shot selections, foul shots, again, you know, key, important. So hopefully they'll come out a little more settled down. And McDermott, I've seen her play better, you know.
Yeah, they seem to have on her number tonight.
And I don't know if she, you know, I'm not saying that she doesn't feel good. You know, I was questioning why they took her out there at the end, you know, so there might be some things going on that we don't know. But I think she has a tendency that she can pull herself out of a funk, you know, maybe not start out so well. So hopefully that she'll play better in the second half.
McDermott with 9 first-half points. That leads the Dragons. Nessheim has 4. Kendall Need has 2. Jenna Johnson has 3. Johnson's kind of kept him in this game with some play. She was attacking early. But for the Rams, Grace Larkins, the freshman, you're going to all know her name real soon if you don't already. 14 points for the freshman. She's closing in on her 19 points per game average. Sammy Albertson with 5. And then it's Liza Sutton with 4. So that's a quick look at your scoring here, Jackie. So we'll take a quick break. We'll talk with Dar, kind of preview that boys game, and back right after this. This is CISN.TV.
Dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history.
Are they playing your walk-up music? Sweet Darwin.
Did you hear the announcement today?
Yeah, he's going to stop touring.
Stop touring. He has Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is that people are saying now that had the tickets, they're going to get the refunds and donate it to Parkinson's.
So he's like done? He's not
he's
going to
done.
do any of them?
No, I guess he's not going to keep going.
Because some
Neil Diamond.
performers will go, you know, like Glenn Campbell did his goodbye tour when he was
the way I understood, I saw a report just before I left to come over here, it was on the news tonight that, he's going to end it up because, you know, I guess it's one of the things you get too tired and that exacerbates the whole thing too.
Yeah,
but,
it does.
Anyway.
We're here at halftime. Dar, you'll have the boys game. You've been doing all the work here on CISN. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a little bit of a break tonight, and then Peter puts you in the chair to make you to do the switching on the game.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of that because sometimes we work with a 2-person, crew there. But just a few observations on the girls' games first. Seems like a little Dowling hangover here. They played a very intense game. Johnston did at Dowling, and maybe starting out a little slow after that. But to Southeast Polk, though, I mean, they're a good team.
Southeast
that's
Polk,
the problem.
I think that's going to be that's your sleeper team. I think now in 5A. I don't think if you don't think you put Southeast Polk in your top 10 or top 8 consideration, you absolutely I think have to have them there now.
And they're there, and with the freshmen coming on, and then Maya McDermott, she's one that Coach Jellick told me if she were taller, all the colleges in the country would be looking at her right now. But, they look at that size at this point and say, hey, well, But the boys' game, the Johnston boys are really playing well right now. Southeast Polk struggling, so it's going to be interesting. But saw Southeast Polk go into Valley and knock off Valley on Valley's home floor. So Southeast Polk, when they get it together, they can be dangerous, the boys, and this all that happened against Valley. They come out and played a good game here a few weeks ago when they played against Valley and knocked Valley off at Valley. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come out tonight and how they do.
Well, Johnston has Camden Vanderswag at 6'4". He's always fun to watch play. And then, is it Peyton Williams?
Peyton Williams.
Yeah, Peyton Williams, the 6'5".
He's a big... I've been amazed after seeing him on the football field and then seeing him play basketball how well he moves out there
and he's
on the basketball floor.
And he's a really good baseball player, too.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's just an overall good athlete. And, and then Boston Williams, is it? Yeah, or...
Peyton Williams?
No, Boston Grimes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mixed up Boston Grimes and Peyton Williams. Boston Grimes, he had a good game the other night at Dowling, and that was a game where... it was tight early, and then Dowling kind of pulled away from Johnston there. But, Johnston's going to be one of those teams, I think, to be watching on the boys' side.
Well, and Iowa City West lost last Tuesday night, I think, at Cedar Falls.
Yeah.
And so that kind of has thrown off that side of the state. And I know there's been a couple of cross games going on. Sioux City East came down and played one of the Cedar Rapids schools, I think. So we're finding out the Central Iowa might not be the dominant part for 4A basketball.
Well, we know that, on the boys' side, they've been kind of looking to Iowa City and trying to knock them off. And just because they lost a 2-point game does not put them out of the, Iowa City there.
Right.
And then the girls' side, Valley, girls have had some injuries and stuff, but everybody says, hey, you got to watch out because if they get some of those people back, they still got some dynamic players there, and they're still a team that could make a run late.
They beat Iowa City West on Saturday. You get Alex Honnold back. Anything's possible with that team. To complement, I think they need another score, and that's really what they've been missing.
So we could see, several of these teams here. Southeast Polk, Johnston, Valley, Dowling, Ankeny Centennial.
Yep.
A lot of good girls basketball we've seen here in the last few weeks.
All right, Dar, thank you very much. We'll take a break. You'll have the boys' game. Jackie and I will be back for the second half of the boys' game right after this on CISN.TV.
Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power Price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the Power Price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power Price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power Price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Johnston gets the early turnover here as we start the third quarter, and the Dragons come out trailing by 3. Cross-court pass inside to Need. Double, that's going to be a travel. You can't hop like that twice, and Maddie Mock is whistled for it. Other games tonight in the central Iowa area. Ankeny is at Des Moines East, Centennial at Mason City, Fort Dodge at Des Moines North, Urbandale at Hoover, and Waukee is at Lincoln. And I like that Centennial-Mason City game. We find out how good the Jaguars are as they continue to improve and get some of their injured players back. I know Rachel Schoen played the other night. That 3 ball is off the mark. Larkins maybe not quite dialed in from the three-point line, but that doesn't mean Sutton's not going to try. She goes long. Need with it. She's pushed, but she'll keep going. Up ahead, Mock. McDermott. Oh, nice move.
Really nice fake there. No dribbles, pass down the floor.
It's almost like they were listening to us. That's going to be an offensive foul on Larkins.
I assume that Coach must have talked about, because Larkin, every time she goes to the bucket, she likes to dribble one direction, reverse pivot, come back the other way. And that time, Johnston stayed at home, and she ran right into the defender.
Dragons have the chance to take the lead here. McDermott wanted to swing it. wasn't quite there. Gillick wants him to swing it now. Need cross court to McDermott. And now Larkins, though they're back in that zone.
Yep, 2-3 zone.
Johnson for three. No good. Rebound by Mock. Needs three is good.
First three of the night.
And the Dragons have the lead back. 28-26, but then tied just like that with Larkins.
And she can go either hand, left or right. Nice pass down the floor.
And we're going to have a timeout. Boy, I tell you what, I couldn't even write down. So Need gets the 3, Larkins gets the 2, and Reagan Nessheim gets the 2. So we're at 30-28 with Southeast Polk now on the downside of this contest. So what do you think Tracy Daly's saying right there?
Well, I'm sure she wasn't happy the fact they didn't get back on defense. Another thing too is when they're in that zone, you don't get boards as well as you do if you're playing man to man, and they got outboarded twice down at this end. So just probably reminding them. And I think sometimes as a coach, you can kind of sense when your kids aren't doing what they should be doing, and maybe just to stop a play and reminder of what you want to get accomplished.
Running the top of the key is Shiloh McCool. Back to Larkins now. Kick it into the corner. Johnston, man-to-man defense with a little help. Backdoor cut is there and good for Southeast Polk.
That was a set play.
They had the look in the eyes. Cruzy back, game tied at 30.
Now they're back into a man-to-man.
Johnson thought about driving. They go down low, stolen away. They were trying to go backdoor to Nessheim. But McCool has it. Leaves it for Sutton, who dribbles it off her right foot. Cut was there for Sutton. They just missed her. Sometimes that window is small. Need denies the pass. Sutton goes in, and she's fouled.
One thing nice about Southeast Polk, they're not a real big team, and they're pretty equal in talent. I mean, they give and go. They read each other really well. And sometimes those teams are more of a threat than if you got, the big player inside like we did last year, because normally that's where it's going to go.
And each team is different.
Yes, very much so.
Whether it's the personnel, the personalities.
And you were talking about the score earlier, and I think as you see these more even, balanced teams, you don't see the high scoring that you normally do against maybe somebody that's, got better talent versus, a lower talent team.
Reagan Nessheim puts the Dragons back up by 1. No, that's a good point. Very good point, Jackie.
Because that was the same thing we saw with Waukee and Johnston. It was a low-scoring game.
3 ball from Sutton is off the mark. I tell you what, one of these days these shots are going to fall for both teams, and we're really going to get our points. Up ahead, Nessheim, or to Johnson, and it's tipped away. They were trying to get to Maddie Mock. Johnston will have it underneath their own basket. Need chases it down. She's nearly trapped in the corner. Johnson drives, scoops, no good. Ball is tipped to Southeast Polk. Need gets in the way of it for Larkins. Now it's a cutting. Oh, nice pass. Oh, loose ball. Johnston had it for a moment.
That was great hustle.
Jenna Johnson chased it down. I don't know if she doesn't touch that, is that an over and back?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Larkins drives the left, push off, gets the bucket. Good rebound coming through McCool. They're going to call it on They're going to call it on McCool.
What?
The fans in front of us are wearing Southeast Polk colors, and they can't understand that one either.
That would have been a no call.
I thought maybe they were just saying McCool. I don't think they were booing, were they?
No. You can think whatever you want to think.
That's like when a team has a player whose name sounds like a boo. He's not mad. Dragons by 1, 3:30 to go, third quarter. Rams had a 3-point lead coming out of the break. 3-ball corner, no good. Rebound McDermott. She dribbles around 2 reach-ins. Leaves it for Need. Quick into Nessheim. I'll tell you what.
She's working hard.
They are trying to play that inside-out game, and I think against a lot of teams that works better. But as you've said, Jackie, it's the hands and it's the reach with Polk that's made all the difference.
I tell you, though, Nessheim's working hard in there. She's trying to get position. You wouldn't have seen that out of her a year ago. That's just how much she's matured. Of course, she also had a 6'4" person that she, made a difference.
Reagan playing in the tournament circuit with the All-Iowa attack. Headed up. She makes the first free throw, or misses the first one, makes the second. Oh, nice to Sutton. Not quite there. Good drive. Way up off the top, and that almost went. Johnston with the rebound. Dragons have a 2-point lead up ahead. Nessheim. It's blocked. Oh, and that is a late whistle. I think they said that's 2:32.
Now, sometimes the late whistle is because they're waiting to see if the ball goes through the basket. I've had an official tell me that. I don't think there's any chance that one's going to go through the basket.
You think she was fouled, though?
I wasn't close enough. I'll plead the fifth.
You're not getting graded on that.
I would say as way he was trying to sell that it was a foul, that maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Who knows?
He did do a heavy slap.
Yes, he did.
Dave Rittman there, veteran official, and McDermott is going to be whistled right in front of Coach Tracy Daly. She may have had some help calling. This is a crew that's worked some state games. Randy Wiggins and Jeff Jenkins. (35-31). Dragons by 4, 2:41 to play. Third quarter.
It's been a long quarter.
It has, and the intensity, I think, has ratcheted up a little bit. If there's any hangover for Johnson, it's gone now. Nice move to the hole by McCool. Shot falls short. McDermott pushes tempo, leaves it. Johnson thought about it. McDermott did it.
Well, maybe she's found it now.
Maya 3. 7-0 run for the Dragons here on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream.
The Des Moines area is starting to buy trucks at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP. Select new 17 Ford F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP. Select new 17 Super Duties. Schottenkirk Ford, the truck stop. Up to $13,000 off select new F-150s. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. The truck stops here. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Johnston has a 7-point lead because they've gone on a 7-0 run. Reagan Nessheim with 4 of those. McDermott a 3. As we approach the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter, Paul Yeager and Jackie Sapp on CISN.TV. Glad you're with us tonight. See what the Rams do coming out of that timeout. They're going to shoot the 3, and it's not there again as McCool gets the rebound, and it's back out to Larkins. Oh, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on Jenna Johnson, and that is her 4th. She had 3 in the second quarter, 2 of them in about 10 seconds. So now Johnson goes to the bench for Johnston. Dribbles pulled up. You better start counting that off. Larkins going to drive, spin.
That's good help defense.
And Larkins is looking to her coach for a foul. The referees. I've talked to Tracy, to coach, and I wouldn't want to be on the other end of those stairs like she just gave the official. Like I said in the open, Jackie, she's intense. She knows her basketball, and she knows her players. Stolen away by Larkins, and then that's going to be jump ball.
And I think sometimes that's intimidating to an official. And I'm speaking just as a fellow female coach when I coached, and of course when I coached there was a lot more female coaches now. She does. You can tell she's confident and she knows what she's doing out there.
I'm not sure what McDermott was doing. Yeah, Nessheim steps in front of the pass, and this one's starting to get chippy. Okay, starting. It's continuing to be chippy.
Well, Johnston's done a really good job of adjusting defensively.
Oh, McDermott fakes, leaves the floater. Nessheim can't quite
get a handle on it.
Get that handle. Turns it over. Still a 7-point lead for the Dragons. This has been their quarter.
Johnston sagged off. They've taken away the penetration, and any move that Southeast Polk's made that's a reverse dribble, they've been there.
And that's going to be a foul on Johnston. That's going to be on Hodzik.
That's her second. That's a 14 foul.
Her second foul.
She's given them a lot of minutes tonight. Because I don't think normally she plays as much as she's playing.
And now it looks like another new face in for the Dragons, and that's it's not Joe. It's Macy Thompson is back in. What is going on?
I don't know.
Macy Thompson in the game for the Dragons, and with Jenna Johnson on the bench with 4, you're going to have Macy Thompson spell some minutes here. McDermott on defense there, the Rams. McCool trying to find Larkins or McCool. They go inside. Nessheim's going to be whistled for the foul. She was trying to deny the entry pass.
Fouls on Reagan Nessheim. That's her second. Team foul number 5 for the Dragons.
I didn't complete my thought early on Reagan. She's headed to South Dakota, is that right,
Yes,
Jackie?
yeah, that's correct.
Committed to USD in the offseason.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is probably a good place for her.
Kind of a bunched up mess there trying to get it in. Larkins drives. The scoop, no good. Rebound off a couple of Johnston players. 15 seconds, lots of time. Macy Thompson pulls, waits. Back to McDermott. Drives in, kicks, now 10. 6 seconds. McDermott, 5, 4. She's shooting if she gets it. 3, 2. No good to Nessheim. It would be good if it goes, but it won't.
That was smart. Try to tap it back up.
We've played 3. Dragons by 9 on CISN.TV.
Hi, Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Johnston goes on a 17-5 third quarter to open up a 7-point lead. They've taken 2 off the board.
Score at the end of the third is 38 Dragons. Rams 31.
Okay.
Hey,
So
Paul, I kind of want to give a little shout out recognition to some of our former players that at Johnston. We've got, Taryn, who's playing at Florida State volleyball, but Ellie Brown, who played for us,
Mizzou.
She was on TV the other night. She's playing for Mizzou. She's in a reserve role, but they're ranked 11th in the country, and she played against Ole Miss, and she's seen some playing time. So, and then we have Rachel Henders, who's playing our program. She's playing at Division II school. So, we've got good representation from the Johnston girls basketball program.
Reagan Nessheim. She gets 2 to start the scoring. Now it's a 40-31 lead. I had a chance to see a little Missouri. They were on Fox Midwest here a couple of weeks ago, and I did see Ellie cheering on the bench. And I did not see her get into that game against Ole Miss. I don't know who I was watching them against, Arkansas or something like that. The drive by Thompson's no good, and McCool the rebound. Rams have got to cut into this one basket at a time. They've done the defensive part. McCool will get a chance to cut into the lead with the clock stopped as she's fouled.
Southeast Polk players do a really nice job of when they lay up and they get under this defender, they're underhanding it. And there's so many times in the men's game, especially at collegiate, where if they would just do that underhand scoop, I think they'd probably get some three-point plays. And again, I think they've been taught that because most of their players use that kind of move going to the basket.
Second free throw is good by McCool. She now has 4. And that ends a long scoring drought. Needs, shot won't go. Rebound, Sutton. Up ahead. Another floater, won't go. Rebound of her own miss is Grace Larkins.
She's relentless. She does not give up.
A whistle and timeout for Johnston.
Timeout Dragons.
Just like that, it's a 4-0 run. And it's a full timeout, which means we'll step away.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Pricey Vent, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the power price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Johnson has the basketball in a 5-point lead. The final 6:23 here in this CIML matchup. Inside, they go to Nessheim. Underneath the hoop, she kicks it out. Johnson, who's back in with 4. Jenna pulls up her dribble, finds McDermott. 3 ball on the way. Rebound tipped. And they're going to whistle, I think, need for the foul on the tip out there. No, they're going to whistle. They're going to whistle it on Nessheim. So Reagan picks up her 4th. Just under 6 minutes to play, so she's probably going to have to sit. She's got 15 points. Most of them have come in the second half, Jackie.
Yeah, that'd be a valuable loss.
Right now, they're going to leave her in there.
I'm not even, does he know? Yeah, he must know.
First free throw from McCool is just like the second.
This
Good.
is where you got to control the ball. You know, you got kids in foul trouble. Come down here. Don't take quick shots. And take high percentage shots. So there's some things you can do to protect your players.
6-0 run by the Rams right now, which countered a 6-0 run by Johnston. McDermott with it. I don't think you want to take the air out of the ball. I think you want to just keep attacking if you're Johnston.
Right.
Tipped away by McCool. She is everywhere. Larkins and McCool are a great 1-2 combination. Larkins, scoop, no good. Rebound, Johnston. And then that's going to be a jump ball. And I don't think that Mock thought it was a jump ball.
No.
She thought she had it. She kind of gave that look of, what do you mean? I thought this was mine.
I think she might have got her on the arm.
So now the possession arrow goes to Southeast Polk in the final 5:30. Johnston doing some of those high-low screens. McDermott gets the pick, keeps it, scores. McDermott up to 16 now. That stops the run, the 6-0 run by the Rams. Inside McCool, back out, 3 on the way, yes!
That's a big bucket.
At some point, they're gonna fall, and it just did for Riley Mack. Huge shot. Now it's within 2. Need has it. Drive, kick, pocket. They try to go backdoor, but in the way is Sutton. Sutton navigates the trees somehow, but the basketball will stay in the Rams' possession. Dragons by 2. Sutton fakes, drives, stepped on the line. Good drive to the hoop. Prevent him to drive the baseline. You know, the Rams here will take a timeout, and I guess we're going to do the same. Dragons by 2 with 4.5 to play.
Make history. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make it.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
4.5 to play. Rams trying to get over that hump and get the lead back, but the Dragons have the basketball in a 2-point lead. Stolen away. Up ahead, and 1! Grace Larkins somehow got McDermott to commit the foul. and not watch a turnover. Some think maybe that was a turnover. Larkins now with 20. She's got her average and 1. Rams with the lead at the 4-minute mark, but the Dragons have the basketball. They've been struggling to find some rhythm on the offense. Nearly stolen away. McDermott gets it back. And as soon as she pulls up her dribble, the Rams are on her. Nice cut. Kick it out one more time. Need's got to get out. Yep. I kind of thought Need was
Planted
she
in
didn't
there.
shoot it. She was planted 3 seconds. 3 seconds in the lane. It'll go over to the Rams. Three and a half to play. Rams with the lead and the ball. McCool. Shot is short, and then she fouls.
Too aggressive. And a nice move to the
Oh, they're
bucket.
going to call it Jessica Stewart. Sorry. Go ahead, Jackie. Sorry.
I was just say she had a nice move to the basket and then missed and just got too little over aggressive.
McCool is third in the league, or in all of 5A, I should say, in rebounding. Larkins is sixth in
Really?
5A scoring overall as a freshman.
Oh, I can believe
You know who's
that.
fifth in scoring, or fourth in scoring
Got
in
no
5A? McDermott.
Really?
Yeah.
5'1", 5'2", whatever she is, and
Yeah, I'm not sure she's 5'6", like it says in the program.
oh, there's no way. She's deceiving.
Maddie Mott gets, I think, her first 2 of the ball game to cut into the lead. The shot's off the mark, rebound by the Dragons. They're going to push the tempo back up by 1. Need with it. And McDermott calms it down. And my breath as well. Need has some of the longest arms. I always think that when
Yes.
she plays, because she just hustles to so much.
She's lanky.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. That's a good basketball term. She just seems to keep the defender away just enough.
Well, she's long. If you look at her waist is high.
At the line to shoot 2 free throws, Maddie Mott.
Mott goes to the line. Misses the first.
I just cringe at free throws. True story, when I was in high school, and I played 6-on-6, I was 5 for 25 from the foul line. Don't think I didn't ever preach to kids you have to make free throws. It was awful.
Don't be like me. Larkins, the floater. Good! She got the runner to go.
This is going to come down to shot selection and making free throws.
And who makes the fewer turnovers,
Yeah.
as Johnston will send it back to Southeast Polk. 2:18 to play, tied at 45.
You know, the pass is there, and it makes me wonder, do you work on it in practice? Because those are passes you've got to work on in practice. It's like threading a needle.
Ooh, Larkins traveled. She shifted pivot foots, but I must have been the only one, so I must be wrong.
You're never wrong, Paul. Never, never.
Only on days it ended wide. Pass is denied on the inside by Mock. And the officials let him play. Under 2 now. Inside. Nessheim tips it away. It's going to be off. Southeast Polk. It'll stay Johnston basketball. Coach Chad Gillick right there in front. He was just watching that ball in slow motion, hoping. I'm pretty sure we didn't touch it. Remember, there's a couple of Dragons playing with 4 fouls. One of them just inbounded it. In Jenna Johnson, Reagan Nessheim the other, both on the floor.
Nice
Down low
job.
is good, and 1!
Nice job. Nice pass, nice cut. I think if they would run that all night long, they would score on it, because you just lost somebody to sleep. Pass and cut, pass and cut.
Well, the scoreboard says only 3 fouls for Johnson, but I thought she had 4, but we'll see how that plays out. The free throw is no good. Dragons have a 2-point lead, but the Rams have the ball. Nice move to the hole for 2. Sutton.
See, they went right at her because she's got 4, and she couldn't contest that.
Tied again, trying to go. It's going to be on the line. Last touch by Southeast Polk. It'll be Johnston ball. We've been tied at 47, 45, 43. At 30, we've been tied a lot. Oh, nice cut. And 2 for Jenna Johnson. 2-point lead. Rams taking their time, running the top side weave. Sutton has the 3, thought about it. Larkins drives on need, goes underneath, loops and scores!
Wow, what a shot.
What a move by Larkins.
Reverse layup.
Tied again at 49. 40 seconds to play. Dragons with the basketball. And Coach Chad Gillick says timeout.
You know, I think I might just let them play it.
You know, that's always a theory of, I was at the Centennial and Ankeny game right before Christmas, and Ankeny made a shot to tie it. 6.7 seconds left. Ankeny somehow gets a timeout to set up a defense, but Coach Scott DeYoung for Centennial, he didn't want to call a timeout, and he was getting the ball. He didn't want Ankeny to get set. Didn't matter, because at the timeout, Sydney Wyckoff gets the basketball. You know how long it takes to dribble from one end of the court to the other? 6.6 seconds. She dribbles the length of the court, lays it in, Centennial wins at the buzzer.
Oh my gosh.
That being said, it didn't matter there, but sometimes you just let them play, and you can't overcoach things.
All right. Yeah,
You have to sometimes trust the player and let them go.
Exactly. Well, you do it in practice every night. That's where it all happens. And then when you're at this point of the season, see what they can do with it. No loss is a bad loss. I mean, yes, you want, we talked about home court advantage at tournaments and seeding, those kind of things, but you learn a lot from it. These are pretty seasoned players. These kids have played together for Johnston.
Johnston has it. Tie ball game at 49. Maya McDermott, top of the key for the Dragons. McDermott in a pickle. Nessheim sets the pick, looking for the roll. She's not there. Johnson pulls it out, and we're going to just play for 1. If it wasn't there, don't force it. Coach Gillick wants them to go. 9, and he has to call timeout because they won't go. She knew it. Jenna Johnson knew it. She knew where she was supposed to go. They get the timeout. So 7.4 seconds to go. So anything else going on? Should we talk about this game? Talk about something else. All right,
but the
so
band.
What are you doing? Band is fantastic. If you are Johnson, what are you saying in the huddle?
I'm saying you want to shoot with 3 seconds left. You don't want to shoot too soon to give them an opportunity to go full length because Southeast Polk can do that.
So what do you do if you're Polk down? Do you foul?
Force the outside shot. No, I wouldn't foul. Well, no, I wouldn't foul.
Johnson's not been consistent from the free throw line.
You're absolutely right, but I'd say force the outside shot.
I want to see him play. Johnston's had the ball for the last minute. They'll have 7.4. They'll inbound in front of their own bench.
Of course, I would have never called timeout with 30-something, so, I mean, I don't know. 7.4. We'll see what happens.
Johnston has 4 players 20 feet from the basket. They're going to run a high pick.
And I would switch on. There we go.
McDermott gets it. 6 seconds. Top of the key. 5. McDermott gets the pick. The 3. The shot to win is short. No. We're close to the shot they wanted. 4 quarters, not enough. We're going to play extra. Tied at 49. This is CISN TV.
It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/IRA.
Trivia question. Okay, I'm going to test your knowledge. Who won the tip to start the game?
Johnston won the tip to start the game.
You got it.
Because Nessheim, Reagan tipped it over to Maya right in front of that far official.
I don't think it was a real good toss to begin with, but
we tip it again, and Polk steals it, but there's going to be a foul.
No, jump.
They're going to call a jump ball. Let's do it again. All right, we've played 4 quarters, not enough, tied at 49. Southeast Polk outscored Johnston 18-11. They're going to we're going old school, the 2 players tied up, because I think nobody had possession, so you can't alternate
but
it.
So I don't know why that would make a difference. I don't know. Didn't matter.
I've seen a lot.
That's
a first. All right, Southeast Polk. Remember, a couple of players with foul trouble. Nessheim has 4. No idea what happened there, other than Southeast Polk scores first. And guess who it was? Grace Larkins.
Which puts her about, what, 22, 24?
I have her at 28 now.
Oh, wow. It's kind of been a silent 28.
Inside, loose ball, taken away by Sutton. Here come the Rams. Larkins fakes right, goes left. Now they'll start passing the ball around the edge. Sutton was there for a moment. McCool, 3-ball, Sutton, good! Rams 5-0 run here.
Johnston just needs to be patient. Don't force anything. We're standing now.
Kick to Larkins, 3. Stuck.
Jump ball.
And they have no player
that can get it out of the rim. Where's the guys at?
Where's Connor Vanderswalk?
Where's our athletic director? He needs to jump and get it out.
New AD this year.
Yeah.
He'll be Dar's halftime guest. We're approaching the 8 o'clock hour here in Johnston. I like to call this the Palace at Johnston Heights. This is a nice place here.
It is very nice.
First year of the new high school. As Jim's seeing a good one, this is an instant classic. Let's see if Johnston can respond. McDermott spins, drives, floater, no good. She thought she was tipped. Official said no, need somehow. Oh my, one. McCool knocked over Stewart, and McCool is slow to move. And now it's going to be off Johnston, and it's going to be, or off of Polk, Johnston's ball.
I think now's the time, Coach, you probably better just step back.
And I think that's what Dave Rittman is saying. He's not into that point of he's explaining the call. You could see he wasn't standing. Sometimes when an official just stands there, that's when they don't necessarily, they will maybe throw that technical.
I didn't see what happened because I was still watching out here in the front court, making sure everybody was okay.
Well, McCool, she's now running at a better pace. All right, 2 minutes, 13 seconds. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back.
The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power Price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the Power Price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power Price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power Price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
We're in overtime here. And as we discuss that last call, I think Southeast Polk just wanted to kind of regroup for just a moment. Johnston trails by 5. It's been all Rams here in the extra frame.
Sometimes when she's called a timeout, she's come out with a different defense, which she did in regulation and got the steal, and they went up by 2. So always thinking one step ahead.
Coach Daly, I believe she is a counselor in the elementary, one of the elementary buildings there. Three-pointer McDermott. Good! Maya McDermott for 3.
Big bucket.
Huge bucket. She's got 19. 54-52. McCool drives. Larkin drives. Throws it up, and she's going to be called for the offensive foul. She was a little bit not quite under control, but that hasn't stopped him on other plays tonight. So now the Dragons with 1:47 can tie it or take the lead. McDermott now with 19. She's 0.9 short of her season average. Need with it, dribbles left. She's going to just take it and miss. Tipped away and controlled by Nessheim. They go back to Johnson with 90 seconds to play. Johnson had the ball a lot in that final few moments as they try to get McDermott or Nessheim open. Reagan has it. McDermott leaves it for Johnson, 1:10. Johnson will drive. She's tied up. That's going to be a jump ball. McCool.
And it's Southeast Polk.
Johnson didn't seem real aggressive on that possession.
I think they were trying to set up McDermott for a shot.
Here comes some full court pressure by the Dragons. Full man. And a trap where they can, and they get a trap right there. And we have a timeout, Southeast Polk. The final minute when we come back on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power Price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the Power Price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power Price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power Price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Still trying to sort something out here at the scores table, whether it's alternating possession.
Also, each team has one timeout. They just mentioned that over the PA.
Rams have it with a minute left. Grace Larkins, who's got 28 on the game. Stewart with the basketball. And now Southeast Polk's going to play 4 corners. Just trying to get rid of it, and Johnston's trying to foul, and finally committing one is Maddie Mock. So now she has 4. Nessheim has 4. McDermott has 19. Nessheim has 15 for Johnston. And Larkins has 28. And now hitting a big free throw. Two big free throws. Riley Mack.
She made that look like piece of cake. No issues. They got to score quick. They got to score quick.
4-point deficit. The Rams starting to feel it now. Dragons have got to go. 25 seconds. Three-pointer Johnson. Good! Timeout. Just when you think it's over. So whose team is this right now? Who's does the senior seems to have at that possession? She seemed to really kind of take over, and Maya McDermott wasn't quite.
Well, I think they wanted to go McDermott first, but I think as a senior she realized we got to shoot, we got to score. She is really the only senior that's with legitimate, playing time.
Yep.
And again, she's just so quiet. Of course, when you got a personality like McDermott, sometimes your player like that kind of is in the horizon, in the background. But she's come through. I mean, she even did that last year. Hasn't fouled out.
Right.
Played smart.
And getting her points. So if you're Johnston, if you don't get the steal here, do you press them? You press them until you get half court and then foul?
Yeah, I would.
Or do you foul right
try
away?
to get a 10-second count.
3, 4. But you fouled maybe the wrong one.
Well, it's a freshman, so who knows? How she handles the pressure.
That's pretty good that Needs only got 2 fouls, and she's been on Larkins most of the night.
Of course, some of the fouls though that other players have picked up is because they've helped out when Larkins gotten the ball. See?
Missed the first.
You just don't know.
Larkins a 68% free throw shooter. You don't want Sutton to shoot if you're Johnston. She's a 82% free throw shooter.
This is where you grow up, right on the foul line.
Good. Larkins gets the other bucket to go. She now has 29. Timeout on the court. Boys game still yet to come. Good thing Dar had coffee this morning. And you're by yourself. I'm leaving you. You're fine. You don't have to share the mic with anybody, right? Yeah, I know how you are. Dar and I cut out of the same mold.
Do you give him a hard time all the time? Come on now. That's not right.
Play the victim card.
He's a good guy.
Are we talking about Dar?
Yes.
Oh. He is. He's a fantastic guy. Good guy, that Dar Danielson. And
I don't know about that Paul Yeager.
No, not at all. Wait a minute. That sounds like your dad talking to my mom. I don't know about that Paul Yeager.
Man, he was just a pain in the rear.
His sisters were so much better.
That's what happens when you're the youngest one.
All right, Johnson has the ball, down by 2, 19 seconds. McDermott picks it up at midcourt. Johnson's got to score and then play some defense. They leave it for Need. 10 seconds. Johnson, top of the key, spins into the lane. Lefty won't go. Stewart gets the rebound, and then Johnston fouls. Johnson had a chance for the Dragons. Jillick wanted a timeout. He's going to maybe... Jillick's got to be a little careful. And see, the board, I had her for 4. The board says only 3, but she just went out like she fouled out.
She just fouled out.
I think they said that. So,
Check into the game. Jim Johnson will be on the hot seat.
You know, she wanted the ball, and maybe she did get fouled. I hate to see a senior that's such a competitor and that happen to him.
free throw is good by Jesse Stewart. Misses the second one, gets the rebound, it's blocked, and it's a foul. And Maddie Mock saying, I thought I had all ball.
Yeah, I thought she did too.
And she fouls out of the game, so now it's a 3-point lead with 5.7, but it's a much bigger deficit than that. So Jessica Stewart, the sophomore, she made one, then missed, got a rebound, went up, had the shot, and was fouled. She'll have another chance here to ice this one away. She makes it, it's a 4-point game. She gets it, and that's going to do it. McDermott, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 3 ball, good, is knocked to the ground, and that'll end it, but it'll be a 1-point loss and a 1-point win for the Rams. Southeast Polk 59, Johnston 58. You got your money's worth tonight, that is for certain. McDermott hits the 3 at the buzzer, went to the court hard, looked for the foul, which would have been that rare 4-point play opportunity.
Good game, good game.
Good game. We'll take a quick break, wrap it up, and get you to the boys right after this.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
Well, Jackie, 59-58 is your final, and you know, if you look at Grace Larkins tonight, we talked about her a couple of times. She's someone we're going to hear a lot about in years to come.
Yeah, I think she's got a great future ahead of her. She does some nice things, appears to have a good attitude on the floor. You know, it's really just kind of deceiving, and she's not really very strong. I mean, when I say that, she's thin, you know, typical freshman girl, and so she's only going to get stronger and better as time goes on.
Maya McDermott, the sophomore for Johnston, 22. She got 3 right at the end of overtime. Johnston had their chance to win this one in regulation, gave up a 5-0 run to start overtime, and really kind of were looking uphill the whole time.
Well, when they had that 9-point lead,
yeah.
You know, all of a sudden things just, I think they got in some foul trouble, and things just started to fall apart for them. You know, that's two games in a row now that they've lost, and so they've got to be able to bounce back because they've got a couple of tough ones coming up.
Yeah, Johnson will play, they'll host Urbandale here on Friday, then they got to play Roosevelt at Marshalltown. Still have plenty of games left, and Southeast Polk, they will go to Waukee, so it doesn't get any easier for the Rams there on Friday night.
When did you say the pairings come out?
The pairings for the larger classes will come out next, it's either Wednesday or Thursday. So games, I don't think Tuesday's games figure into that, but I can't be for certain. But for sure, Friday and Saturday games will be figured into that. So, all right, Jackie, thank you very much. I think we'll see you next Tuesday night, if I know for sure. Next Friday night, she'll be with Dar on Friday. And Dart Danielson is coming your way next for the boys game. We've played one. We've got one to go. Again, your final score in overtime tonight. Southeast Polk holds on to a 59-58 win. So long for just a while.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history. This
The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power Price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the Power Price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power Price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power Price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy. Find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to...
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it. Hi, Ron here, head coach of West.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment.
When people visit the Lodge of Ashworth, they fall in love with our grounds. They're impressed with our dining room, but it is our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites that attract the most attention. With bay windows, full kitchens, large walk-in closets, and modern appliances, the Lodge feels like home. We have suites move-in ready, or we will help you customize. Create a home office, media room, or bedroom for visiting friends or family. Call us today for a private tour and ask about our flexible pricing plans.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Truck stops here. Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP select new 17 F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP select 17 Super Duties at the truck stop. Schottenkirk Ford, where the Moines area is starting to buy trucks. SchottenkirkFord.com. The truck stops here. Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP select new 17 F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP select 17 Super Duties at the truck stop. Schottenkirk Ford, where the Moines area is starting to buy trucks. SchottenkirkFord.com.
It's time for live high school basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Young drives the lane, scoops it up short, down in, a kiss off the glass, good.
High school basketball on CISN.TV is brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, West Side Auto Pros, Mid-American Energy. Now let's go courtside for high school basketball on CISN.TV.
We are here at Johnston High School once again getting ready for the boys' half of the doubleheader. And that's coming up in just a minute. And before we get to that, joining me here is Jimmy Olson. And he does some work with us here on CISN.TV, but you also have some other work that keeps you pretty busy this time of year, don't you?
I've got a few things that going on for myself. How you doing, Dar?
Pretty good.
It's been a while since football since we've seen each other, I think.
Football or soccer?
Well, football. I think I saw you a couple times.
That's right. Yeah, football. July, then August. Yeah, I don't know. They all run together, but. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so, when I'm not doing this stuff with CISN, helping them with the broadcast and all that, during this time of year, I do taxes for Block Advisors, which we have an office right here in Johnston, which is not too far here from the high school, actually.
I see. Yeah. Now, are there a bunch of changes because of the new tax law that you have to look at? Or do they take effect the next year?
Yeah, well, so for 2017, everything's about the same, which is kind of weird for us tax advisors as we're doing it. But, next year there's lots of changes coming in 2019 for your 2018. So there's a lot of pieces that you want to look into and keep track of while you're going through this year, really tax planning. So, you need to talk to your CPA, Dar, with all that money that you bring in to make sure because they're going to be changing withholding tables and different things. And, of course, next year they are doubling the standard deduction. So lots of different things that are happening and you want to be aware of when you go in so you're not surprised when you talk to your tax person.
What about this year, though? You want to get hopefully you've kept good records and kept everything all together going into it, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, all that's pretty much the same. Keep your records. I mean, right now, a lot of people are worried about the government shutdown, even though they have the 21-day extension. Who knows what's going to happen? But the flip side of that is just kind of ignore it. For us, it's just business as usual. If you're ready to get your taxes done, go get your taxes done. Don't wait. Because you know what happens. You wait, you procrastinate, you forget. and you don't want to fall into that into that area. So right now, business as usual, move forward. But when you go in and get your taxes done, again, have that conversation for next year. Find out what you need to do, or if you need to do anything as you're getting ready for your 2018 taxes next year. And it's going to be a discussion people are going to be talking about all year long because of all the there hasn't been this big of a change in tax reform since I think it was like 1986, something like that. I mean, it's been a long time.
Do they need to call ahead and make an appointment, or can they just stop by, or what? What do you prefer?
Well, for us, if you stop by Block Advisors, the one we have in Johnston, you can always stop by and talk to a tax advisor whenever we're available. If we're there, you can always call and make an appointment too, which you can do that through the website, which is blockadvisors.com. Stop by the office, which is right next to Cactus Bob's. We're right. I mean, I smell barbecue every day, Dar.
Okay, I know where you
need to come by and hang out, and just
really
and smell the barbecue with me. I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff along that. That area is really built up, or in the process of doing that right now.
Well, Johnston's just growing as it is. I mean, just with the new high school this year that they're dealing with, and how they're expanding with all the housing, I mean, it's a lot bigger than what it was when I was a kid around here.
Now I got a guy. I sent him some money to Nigeria, and he was going to send me a bunch of money. Will that go on this year's return, or do I have to wait till I get that money to file that?
So
I haven't seen the check from him yet. He was going to wire it, but he hasn't.
So how did that Nigerian prince work for you, Dar?
Well, he still hasn't sent the money. I sent him the stuff to do the paperwork and the deposit on that, but I haven't seen anything back from him yet.
You sent him the $1,500, and now you're waiting for the
$1.5
million to come back.
And so I'm a little worried on which tax year that 1.5 is going to fall in.
I think I'd be more worried about that $1,500 you just mailed off if you're ever going to see that again.
Is that a gambling loss, or is that or you just write that off as
I say, Dar, at this point you're starting to scare me. You're sounding like my dad. I'm like, Dad, quit answering the phone. Stop it. No, just because they say there's something free.
Being in the business that I am, I know all the scams and what's going on out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's
quickly,
what
before
we
get to the starting lineups, how do they contact you? Where do they go if they want to get their taxes done, Jim?
So, if you want to come and talk to us at Black Advisors, we are at 5955 Merle Hay Road, again, right here in Johnston, right next to Cactus Bob's. You can call us at 727-4746. But like I said, you can also find us and set that appointment at blockadvisors.com.
All right. Well, I'll let you know when the Nigerian money comes in, so we can talk tax strategy on that. Okay. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Dar.
Getting ready here for the starting lineups of the boys' game here, Southeast Polk and Johnston, and this is a Southeast Polk team. We talked about it. They have only won 4 games on the season. They're 4-9, but we know that or is it 4-10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4-9, and we know that they did. Even so, we saw a couple weeks ago where they gave Valley a run for the money, beat them in that ball game. So we know that they are a team that can win a ball game, and we'll see how they do as they come out here tonight. And we're gonna have the national anthem here by the pep band, so we'll keep it right here. you have it, the Johnston pep band. Kind of a rarity to have a pep band here at basketball games. High school, Johnston always has one, and they always sound good. So,
Leading off with the senior, 5'10", number 12, Luke Williams.
Luke Williams, the 5'10 senior starter for Southeast Polk.
Off the 6'2", freshman, number 13, Dominic Gaggiano.
Dominic Gaggiano, 6'2".
A senior, 6'3", number 22, Willie Tunks.
Willie Tunks, the 6'3 senior.
Another senior, 6'4", number 23, Grant Arnold.
Grant Arnold, the 6'4 senior.
And a 6-foot senior, number 24, Payson Van Kooten.
Payson Van Kooten. Matt Carter and the head coach, Jamie Fitzgerald, his assistant here. As we get ready for the Johnston starting lineups.
It's time to meet your Johnston Dragons. A senior, 6', number 10, Boston Grimes.
Boston Grimes, the 6' senior.
Another senior, 6-footer, number 12, Bo Sandquist.
6' senior, Bo Sandquist.
A 6'4" senior, number 30, Camden Vanderswag.
Camden Vanderswag, the 6'4 senior.
A 6'5" junior, number 42, Peyton Williams.
Peyton Williams, the 6'5 junior.
And a 6'4" junior, number 44.
Nathan Newcomb, a 6'4 junior for Johnston. They come in at 10-3 on the season. And of course, Bobby Sandquist, the head coach, Bill Proctor, Dale DeYoung, Tyler Micklow, the assistants for Johnston. Dragons coming off back-to-back losses to Waukee and Dowling, trying to turn things around here, get back on the winning track. They'd had a 6-game win streak going before losing a close one to Waukee by 5, and then the Dowling game a little bit wider spread there, as they'd beaten Dowling by 3 points on the 2nd of January, and then about 2 weeks later, they lose, that was on Friday night, 63-45. So a little turnaround there, but here we go as we get ready for basketball. Johnston in the home whites, Southeast Polk in the dark uniforms here tonight. As we get ready to go. Tip controlled by Johnston. Boston Grimes with it. Over to Vanderswag. Now to Grimes. Looks like a man-to-man defense by Southeast Polk. As we get underway. Here in this beautiful new facility at Johnston. Here's a 3 by Grimes. No good. Rebound put back up and good by Vanderswag. He gets Johnston on the board first. And up and good by Van Kooten. And we're tied early on. Lob inside to Williams. He goes into the lane, they'll spin back, uses the left hand off the glass. Peyton Williams. (4-2) Johnston early on. On the drive, no good, and the miss by Willie Tunks, rebounded by Johnston. Vanderswag throws it out for 3. Good! Boston Grimes for 3. And lead up to 5 here for Johnston early going. There's the 3 back the other way. Good! Out of the corner. Willie Tunks as he answers. Now knocked away out front and stolen away, but knocked right back. Vanderswag. Luke Williams on the floor, and Vanderswag came right in and took it away. Boston Grimes with it. Inside, jumper short by Sandquist. Sandquist gets it back up, no good. Slapped out of there. And run down by Williams. And things are getting a little rough and tumble inside there right now. Daniel Hackbarth checking in for Southeast Polk. And a foul called.
That foul's on Dominic Caggiano. That's his first team foul, number 1.
On and a foul back the other way, offensive foul called. Caggiano had the foul for Southeast Polk. Peyton Williams picks up the foul there, so that each team now has a one team foul. Down the lane, up and good. Caggiano ties it up here on a 5-0 run, and then back the other way. Boston Grimes puts Johnston back up. Southeast Polk working against the man-to-man down baseline. Williams blocks it from behind. Run out to Williams, up and good. Or excuse me, to Grimes, up and good. And it's 11-7. So a little back and forth here in the early going.
You don't have to, you just look forward.
And there's a hold inside. Newcomb. Nate Newcomb called for the foul. Second team foul. That's the first on Newcomb. Mitch Hunterdoss will come in for Williams for Johnston. Southeast Polk inbound on their own bucket. Kick it out for three. No good. Rebound. Battled for Vanderswag. Kept it alive. Hunterdoss comes up with it. And here we come the other way. Here's a three, down and out. The miss by Hunterdoss. And Southeast Polk, chance to cut into lead here again. 4-point lead. Biggest lead's been 5. The miss there. Rebound by Newcomb. Johnston's going to push it. Grimes pushed it up the floor. Now over left side for three. Vanderswag with the three. And timeout called. We'll keep it right here. So Johnston, biggest lead of the game so far, 7-point lead in the early going. As Southeast Polk, we want to keep it close here. Not let Johnston get too far out. And there's timeout called. 60.9 points a game for Johnston. I believe, and it's 47.5 for Southeast Polk. So a bit of a disparity there in the scoring, and that's why you don't want to let it get too far out of hand. Here, as they bring it up. Caggiano looking for somebody. Over to Grant Carter. Carter back to Hackbart. He drives into the lane. Now dishes off. Nice, good back cut there by Luke Williams.
And that ends a run by Johnston. Jumper up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Payson Van Kooten. He looks inside. Oh, nice bounce pass, but couldn't handle it. Grant Carter going baseline.
Grant Arnold checking back on the floor for the Rams. Peyton Williams comes back on the floor for the Dragons.
Peyton Williams back in for Johnston, and Willie Tunks back in for Southeast Polk. Johnston up 5 with the ball. Williams down on the block. Vanderswag back to Williams down the lane. Up with the left-hander. Peyton Williams now has 4. And the lead back up to 7. Inside, nice little move, one-on-one there. Grant Arnold over the top of Williams. And Boston Grimes comes right back with it. He's got 9 points. And out of bounds off Southeast Polk, back to Johnston. And Boston Grimes looks to the bench. Bobby Sanquist gets the play call. And here we go. Looks down low, back up. Vanderswag. So a little give and go there between Peyton Williams and Vanderswag. And the lead up to 9, the biggest lead here of the game so far for Johnston. Little jumper off, no good. Rebound tapped around, up and good. And off the turnaround, Grant Carter gets it. Vanderswag for 3. His second here. And the lead's to 10 as they traded a 2 for a 3. And we're under a minute to play. Jumper goes for Grant Arnold. So Southeast Polk hanging right in there. Cut the lead to 8. Vanderswag with it, looks to Williams on the block. He's guarded by Grant Arnold, now gets it back. Good ball movement here. And Boston Grimes gets fouled. We'll see who that goes against. And it'll be Grant Carter. His second team foul on Southeast Polk, the Rams. Nate Newcomb comes in. Peyton Williams comes out for Johnston. Newcomb gets the long outlet pass. 30 seconds to play. Let's see if they milk it down for one shot here. And looks like they will. We'll get it to Boston Grimes. He's had a good first quarter with 9 points. He drives in. Double team and a travel called on Nate Newcomb. So 5 seconds to play. Southeast Polk's got to go the length of the floor. And here we go. 3, 2, got to get a shot off at the buzzer. Misses, air ball. And it'll be 23-15 Johnston after 1, back with the second quarter. After this on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back here at Johnston High School, Dar Daniels with you. 23-15. Johnston with the lead here after one quarter. 10 points has been their biggest lead. Down to 8 right now. And Southeast Polk had a shot at the buzzer after a turnover by Johnston. And they'll come out with the ball. So it's kind of big there. If they hit that shot at the buzzer, then they come out and get the ball right away. Chance to cut right into this lead. Here. And here we go. Luke Williams with the ball for Southeast Polk. Goes in the middle to Arnold. Now kicks it outside. And knocked away. Just take it away in there. Vanderswag comes up with it. He'll bring it up. Over to Grimes. Grimes will pull it out and reset the offense for Johnston as they go down low. A big stack up down low, trying to screen somebody out of there against this man-to-man defense. Vanderswag drives and kicks for three. Good! Bo Sandquist gets on the board. His first 3 points. First bucket, should say, and first three-pointer. And 11-point lead, and there's a foul on the jumper. And Vanderswag, first third team foul on Johnston. Willie Tunks goes to the line, shooting 67% on the season. And he'll get one more. Misses them both. Can't let those opportunities go against Johnston. Vanderswag back the other way for three, and he makes them pay. And now Johnston's outscored them 6-0 to start the fourth quarter, or second quarter, excuse me. We'll take a break and be back right after this on CISN.TV.
Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Here at Johnston, Southeast Polk takes a timeout. 2 straight threes coming out of the start the second quarter for Johnston, and they pull their lead up to build their lead up to 14 against Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk in the dark uniforms with the ball, trying to drive. Luke Williams now down on the baseline. Caggio. And he's fouled. Chandler Heiser, his first. He came into the game there at the timeout. And it's 14 foul on Johnston. Bounce pass inside. And there's a scramble on the floor. Tie up will go to Johnston. Good girls ball game tonight, 59-58. Southeast Polk down Johnston in overtime. Both teams had a couple shots as the clock wound down. Chance to put it away, couldn't get to overtime, and Southeast Polk ends up getting the 1-point win. Johnston actually hit a three toward the end there, and the shot up and good by Heiser. And now it's an 8-0 run to start the second quarter. Southeast Polk is yet to score here. There's a three. Good. So Grant Arnold Gets them on the board. Vanderswag answers with a 3 the other way. That's his 4th 3 already here. And here comes Southeast Polk. Bucket is good to 3 by Dominic Caggiano. So trading of the 3s here. For Southeast Polk, they're going to need to do more than trade them. They're going to need to get some stops here. Down by 13. The biggest lead has been 16. Lob into Williams. And gets blocked by Willie Tunks. Tunks came right in over the top, knew he was a left-hander, and did a nice job of blocking that away. Southeast Polk down the lane, can't get it to go, battled for it, and Williams pulls it away. Quickly up the floor, Vanderswag. We pick him up before he can trigger another 3. And Boston Grimes will pull it out. Coming up on halfway through the second quarter. Down the lane, leaves it that the runner is Bo Sandquist. He's got 5. And that one rattles down for Grant Arnold. He's got 9 points now, 5 of them here in the second quarter. And there's a foul on the drive by Boston Grimes. Grant Arnold, his first, team's 3rd on Southeast Polk. Nate Newcomb back in there for Johnson. Mitch Hunterdoss, he's in there, that's him with the ball. Or had the ball there, rather. Now Boston Grimes lobs inside to Newcomb. Newcomb kicks it out. Good rotation, good ball movement. And the 3 rattles out, and a foul called. Vanderswag is undercut down there by Luke Williams. It's a 14 foul. The first on Williams. Joe Paul will come in, and Peyton Williams back in for Johnston. And over to Williams. They triple team him, so he kicks it out for 3. Rattles out, no good. The miss by Sandquist. And it's 36-23. Down the lane, and the push will be called on Johnston. Joe Paul picks up his first personal 15 foul. Grant Carter in for Southeast Polk. They trail by 13. Bounce pass knocked away by Joe Paul, but it was out of bounds on the baseline. And a foul on Williams. His second. 16 fouls, so Johnston 1 away from the bonus here, and Peyton Williams will sit down. Boston Grimes will come back in for him. Lob inside, nice little play inside there. Grant Carter with the bucket. And Boston Grimes comes right back, answers. He's got 11. 3 is off, no good. And here comes Johnston once again, up by 13. And a reach-in foul. It's going to go against Willie Tunks, I believe.
Foul is on number 22, Willie Tunks.
It's his first, team's fifth for Southeast Polk.
Checking in for the Rams, the junior 6-footer number 10, Daniel Hackbart. Also the junior 6'1", number 31, Josiah Polk.
Hackbarth in there for Southeast Polk. Josiah Cole also. There's Newcomb, gets pounded there, and he'll go to the free throw line. I think that's going to go against Payson Van Kooten. Yep.
Payson Van Kooten, that's his first 16th foul at the line. You shoot 2 free throws will be Nate Newcomb.
Nate Newcomb to the free throw line, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. He'll get 2 and gets the rattle roll and good there. Second free throw is good. And it's 40-25. 15-point lead. 16's been the largest here for Johnston. There's a 3, no good. Rebound, and Johnston almost wrestled away from themselves, but Vanderswag finally comes away with it. He puts up a long 3, short, airballs it, and it's rebounded by Daniel Hackbart. Hackbart will take it, and it's knocked away. It'll stay with Southeast Polk. 1:46 to play here, first half. And Johnston leading. And Southeast Polk has the ball. Trying to drive is Van Kooten. And they come over to Williams. And lob it inside, up and off, no good. Vanderswag pulls it down off the miss over Grant Carter. Made a good move to shoot over a couple defenders. It just couldn't get it to go, and Vanderswag gets the rebound. Boston Grimes to cross the floor. Good ball movement there as Newcomb shot it across. Now Boston Grimes again, and a travel called. 1:02 to play. Willie Tunks comes back in, and Grant Arnold back in for Southeast Polk, as the Rams try to cut this lead down here before the half. And down the lane, kicks it out. Not holding for one, just working the offense. Trying to find the gap in that defense. Over for 3, no good, and a foul called. A push on the rebound, and they're going to call that against Grant Carter. His second, 17 foul. It's offensive, though, so there won't be any free throw shot at this point. And under 30 seconds to play, Johnston. Pulled up, Sandquist looked at the 3. Now they'll pull it back out. Boston Grimes probably worked for 1. And nice look underneath. Newcomb goes up and follows up. Gets it back, gets it blocked, and can't get it through the triple team. So we'll go to the halftime, 40-25. Johnston outscores them 17-10 here in the second quarter. And it's 40-25 Johnston over Southeast Polk. We'll take a break, come back with a check of the stats and our halftime guest after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get...
When people visit the Lodge of Ashworth, they fall in love with our grounds. They're impressed with our dining room, but it is our spacious 2 and 3 bedroom suites that attract the most attention. With bay windows, full kitchens, large walk-in closets, and modern appliances, the Lodge feels like home. We have suites move-in ready, or we will help you customize. Create a home office, media room, or bedroom for visiting friends or family. Call us today for a private tour and ask about our flexible pricing plans.
Our focus is your good health. Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power Price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the Power Price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power Price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power Price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy. Find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Welcome back to Johnston. Our halftime score, the Johnston Dragons 40-25 over Southeast Polk. Darn Danielson with you here on CISN.TV. Let's take a look at individual scoring here, unofficially on my score sheet. First of all, for Southeast Polk, 9 points for Grant Arnold to lead Southeast Polk, 5 for Dominic Caggiano, 4 for Grant Carter, 3 for Willie Tunks, 2 for Luke Williams, and 2 for Payson Van Kooten to round out the scoring for Southeast Polk. For Johnston, 16 Campton Vanderswag, including 4 3-pointers there, 2 in each quarter. 11 for Boston Grimes, 5 for Bo Sandquist, 4 for Peyton Williams, 2 for Nathan Newcomb, and 2 for Chandler Heiser. And Johnston pulled out to a 23-15 lead after one, and then outscored them 17-10 in that second quarter to go to the half 40-25, 15-point lead. Their largest lead was 16. They opened up the second quarter on an 8-0 run and kind of moved things out a little bit there and extended the lead out a little bit for Johnston. They're trying to end a two-game skid here. They lost 54-49 to Waukee last Tuesday, a week from today, and then on Friday they lost to Dowling Catholic 63-45. So 2 losses are coming after a string of 6 wins, where Southeast Polk has had a rough year. They're trying to get a win here. Just their 5th win of the season. They're 4-9 coming into this one. So we are awaiting our halftime guest. Let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll do that. We'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Seal, it's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I look?
Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP select new 17 F-150s. And up to $500 off MSRP select 17 Super Duties at the truck stop. Schottenkirk Ford, where the Moines area is starting to buy trucks. SchottenkirkFord.com. The truck stops here.
And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This is Iowa.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Here at Johnston is Southeast Polk coming out of the locker room. They have some work to do, trailing 40-25 to the Johnston Dragons. Looking at the schedules coming up here for Johnston, they will host Urbandale on Friday, then Des Moines Roosevelt on the following Tuesday. Then they have a 3-game road stretch at Marshalltown, at Des Moines East, at Fort Dodge, before coming back with Ankeny Centennial and Des Moines Hoover. So they have a pretty good schedule ahead of them, as does Southeast Polk. They're at Waukee. They're in the midst of a 3-game road swing here. After tonight, they're at Waukee, then host Lincoln. Des Moines Lincoln hosts West Des Moines Valley. That's going to be an interesting matchup because they knocked off Valley by a point at Valley on the 9th of January. So we'll see. There might be a little payback coming there in February. We'll see how that goes. You never know. Then at Dowling. Then home for Ames and Enola Tumba to close out the regular season for Southeast Polk. And our first time here in this new facility at Johnston, and it's big. Reminds me a little bit of Southeast Polk in that you're up high with the track around the floor and it's down low. We're up high on the track part of it. And they opened up the new school, new football field. Of course, we had the first game of the season from there on CISN.TV. And this is the first game. It's the first time we've done Johnston games that haven't done one here at home so far this season. So glad to be here tonight to bring you this one. So teams are out warming up. We'll take another 1-minute break and we'll come back and have the start of the second half coming up after this.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger, faster, healthier.
When people visit the Lodge of Ashworth, they fall in love with our grounds. They're impressed with our dining room, but it is our spacious 2 and 3 bedroom suites that attract the most attention. With bay windows, full kitchens, large walk-in closets, and modern appliances, the lodge feels like home. We have suites move-in ready, or we will help you customize. Create a home office, media room, or bedroom for visiting friends or family. Call us today for a private tour and ask about our flexible pricing plans.
We are back at Johnston. Okay. They're going to start.
The first half with the 1-and-1, and Turner got to the line.
Okay, so they're going to end the first. This would be first half.
This is this is a free throw that should have been shot before halftime.
Okay, Joe Nelson.
They didn't realize they were in the bonus, I guess.
Okay, Joe Nelson, the activities director at Johnston, is here, so they'll send
Mitch
Hunderdoss
Yep.
to the line. And
yeah, very untraditional, non-traditional 1-and-1 there. You're not going to see that every season. These officials have worked in this league forever, and they said it's the first time it's ever happened.
Because it was a 1-and-1, and he should have been able to shoot even though
they didn't have the team fouls right, apparently, and so they didn't realize it was a bonus until after half and the kids in the locker room. So
I see. Okay. Well, this is a nice facility you have here.
Well, we sure appreciate you saying that. Every time we host an event, it's sure nice to hear our guests come in and say how nice it is. It's great for volleyball, wrestling, and basketball, so we're really blessed to have it. We're excited this Friday. It's going to be senior night for our girls, and we're going to have our neighbors and our rivals from Urbandale coming, so we're expecting and we're really hoping to fill the place on Friday.
There's a backdoor cut by Grant Arnold, and Southeast Polk gets on the board first here to start the second half. What's the seating capacity in here?
We can get 2,500 in here when we fill it, and that's with the bleachers on both ends. We don't have the bleachers out right now on the west end, but when we fill this place, it's rocking. It's a great atmosphere for high school basketball.
Southeast Polk coming back after the miss, and the jumper misses.
We're pretty excited tonight. We got a pep band here.
Yeah, I just mentioned that you're one of the few schools that still does a pep. I love that.
Thank you for saying that.
I used to be in high school, played in the pep band too, and it just adds a little something to the excitement of it.
Yep, it's a great atmosphere builder, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. Southeast Polk might be a school that has one.
Southeast
too,
Polk has a great pep band.
Yeah, they have one too, and I don't know why more high schools don't do that. Probably because, knowing that my daughter was in band at Urbandale, there's so many different bands and things you do that it's hard sometimes, isn't
Kids are busier now than they were in Slater, Iowa back in the 1980s, I think.
Well, I went to Janesville High and the same thing. You're in the pep band, you're in the, doing a little bit of everything. And there's a Pace and Van Kooten.
Yeah.
It's so a little bit of a mini run here to start for Southeast Polk. Wow, that was a great girls game tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great girls game. We came out in the short end, but we knew when Southeast Polk showed up, they're extremely well coached. Tracy Daly does a fantastic job over there, and it doesn't matter who she rolls out there, they're going to be competitive. So we knew what we had in store tonight. 22 turnovers in a game, you're going to have a hard time winning.
Now, I haven't had a chance, as you get the rebound, I haven't had a chance to tour the rest of the school. Anything else? Standard school, everything? What else is new here in this new school?
You know what? I don't think you could describe this place standard in any capacity. We have a weight room that is humming twice a day. We have 100 kids in our weight room in the morning before school and 100 kids after school. So it's just a fantastic facility. This last weekend we hosted a huge show choir event for 2 days and had all kinds of schools in here and filled the auditorium all day long. So if you're a high school kid and you're interested in one specific thing or multiple things, you're going to get the best ever here. It's an amazing facility.
And that's the nice thing about it. You have a lot of room, a lot of space to do a lot of things, don't you?
Yeah, you don't ever feel crowded here. Even when we have the house full, you just never feel crowded. Like this weekend when we had show choir here, our show choir kids are just outstanding. And so all the parents and kids and everybody was in here. The gym was actually our overflow for show choir on Saturday, and this place was full for show choir. They actually watched it on a screen in the gym, a lot of the kids.
So Peyton Williams hits a shot there. Now behind that wall, what do you have, another gym back there?
We do. That's on our and it's called our auxiliary gym, our small gym. And a lot of smaller high schools, that would be a fantastic gym. Actually, where I started in Earlham, that gym would be nicer than where I started when I was coaching basketball right out of college. But yeah, you're right.
Well, I remember back at the other school, the gym was a little smaller. The old school.
You got a good memory.
Yeah.
But we outgrew it.
Well, it hasn't been that long that moved out of. It was there
last year, yeah.
And it was it was a 2A, 3A as the school grew,
Yeah.
and it ended up being one of the smaller gyms. But now, and then you got the new. It was nice to open up that new football facility for you, and they had a good season there and everything. So a lot going on, and we appreciate you joining us here.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'll tell you what I'm biased to. This group of boys players we have, just stand-up kids in the classroom, on and off the court. They've just been a treat to see all season, be a part of. Juniors and seniors mixed in together here. Not just great athletes, but if you had a chance to meet these kids as students, they're great kids. We're really proud of them.
And there's the offensive foul on Grant Arnold, the second.
Coach Sandquist tells me how much he just loves going to practice with these guys, with their attitude.
Well, and things work out right. You're going to be busy postseason with these guys too, aren't you?
Don't jinx it.
Well, I'm just saying the quality of. I mean, look at the records right now. I know that's not guaranteed, but because but the girls doing well, boys doing well, so it could be interesting postseason too.
Our wrestlers too.
Yeah.
Our wrestlers are ranked 4th right now, and just bloodying a lot of lips and really doing some good things. So, yeah, if things work out, it'd be nice to see them. Our swimmers too. So it's been a great winter. We got great kids, and Coach is doing some fantastic things with them.
And
That's big Peyton Williams.
I was just saying. We were talking to something with Paul Yeager, who did the girls' game. I'm surprised at how agile he is for a big guy. After seeing him on the football field, and then you see him down there, it's like, man, on the basketball floor, he really moves.
Now, Big Peyton's he's going to Iowa. He's playing baseball at Iowa here in a couple of years. So, he signed with Iowa and Coach Heller over a year ago. But he's the number 1 kid in his class in the state of Iowa in baseball. And so he's a multi-sport kid, and we're sure proud of him. Just a fantastic kid from a great family.
Yeah, and you can see with his ability, and he's a southpaw, right?
Yep, yeah.
So it's
soft touch, though, for a 6'5".
Yeah, he does. I know that's the thing that's amazing. As big as he is, when he gets in there, that little left hand just pushes it up there.
Yeah, you've been watching him.
Yeah.
He's got both hands he can use in the post, but boy, can he smack a baseball! My goodness, it's going to be fun to watch him this summer too.
So that'll be the second. That's on Hackbark. His second and the second team foul on. Or Hackbark going to the line. The foul was on the other 10, so that would be on Boston Grimes, right? Yeah. I can't talk and score at the same time, Joe, no, that's all right.
No, it's fun to have you guys here, and we hope that you guys come back. Well, Tuesday nights our crowds are a little lighter than they are usually on a Friday, but it looked like maybe some folks left after the girls' game. Yeah.
Could have, maybe.
This is our senior guard, Boston Grimes here, one of our leaders.
Rebound by Southeast Polk. Well, they got it below double digits now. Southeast Polk does a little bit on the comeback. When I was talking, I did the game over where they came in and upset Valley just a few weeks ago. So the Southeast Polk team, you can't. They got some good athletes there too.
That got our attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Valley doesn't lose too many games in that gym. So when they do, that's definitely something that people notice.
And that foul, I believe, on Boston Grimes, and Hackbark back to the line.
When you play Southeast Polk, they're going to be tough kids. Doesn't matter what sport they have; those kids are always going to be tough.
And he gets another one. Okay. So 4 points for Hackbarth. Well, Joe Nelson, the activities director, and man, all these facilities, I bet that keeps you busy, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're busy 5 nights a week here, but we signed up for it, and we love our Dragons, so you won't hear anybody complaining. Anytime our kids are competing, we all want to be here and support them. Well, so, hey, I hope you guys come back and see us.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Sounds
Joe
good,
Nelson, the athletic director here at Johnston. Helps if I turn down his mic and not mine. There we go. And we'll keep it right here in the timeout. And it's 46-39. So Bobby Sandquist called a timeout. It had been a 15-point lead at the half, and they've cut it down to 7 here. So want to call a timeout, talk it over. Outscored them 14-6 to start the third quarter. And here we go. Johnston will get it. Vanderswag throws it in. Boston Grimes is in there. Peyton Williams, Sandquist, and Hunterdoss. And knocked away. Southeast Polk. Up and shot missed. Rebound comes off to Vanderswag. And offensive foul called. And Grimes thought he didn't have room to come away with that. I kind of agree with him, but the official's right over there on the floor. So that'll be the fourth team foul here on Johnston. Around the top. Chance here to cut this down some more. Oh, a nice play out there. Vanderswag just got a hand on it, tipped it off Southeast Polk. Over there off of Willie Tunks. So Johnson come out of the locker room a little slow. Into Williams. Spins up and under. Off, no good. Man, now it just seems like they're having trouble finding the bucket. Just 4 points here for Johnston in the third quarter with about 2 minutes to go. Credit Southeast Polk coming all the way back. There's a kick out. Left side, behind the back dribble, shoots it back over. And Grant Arnold looked at the long three. Now three, no good. And that missed by Willie Tunks, rebounded by Williams. Back the other way, three is good by Bo Sandquist. His second three. He's got 8 points. And timeout called by Southeast Polk. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this on CISN.TV.
I opened the hearing clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
Back here at Johnston. They've been outscored 14-9. Johnston has after leading by 15 at the half. And Southeast Polk making a run back here. And they'll have the ball. And okay, they stopped it for some reason. And there we go. Looks like a little bit of a zone now. Defense for Johnston. 2-3 zone. Change up the defense, and Peyton Williams with the rebound. Sandquist looked at the three, decided not. They rotated over to Hunterdoss. Back up to Boston Grimes. Vanderswag looking for Williams, posting in there. He's through the lane and gets hit from behind. There'll be a foul. I believe that's going to go on Willie Tunks. Williams at the line. That was Caggio with the foul. The second free throw is good. And it's back up to a 12-point lead for Johnston. They cut it down to 7 with a couple shots to cut it below that. But Johnston's built it back up in the final 23 seconds. Almost stolen. Over on the right side, now back across. Got to get a shot off. They do. Short. And the rebound will come off to Johnston, and that shot will not count. So we'll go to fourth quarter, 51-39 Johnston. And back with the final period after this on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Dragons will be in action again this Friday night right here. Riverdale comes over to Johnston to play girls game scheduled to start at 6:50.
Back at Johnston.
Start at 7:45. Make sure you're here for that one.
And Johnston, Southeast Polk outscored Johnston 14-11 there in the third quarter. Had been a wider margin, but Johnston reeled off some points at the end of that quarter. And now they go into the fourth quarter with the ball and up by 12. Southeast Polk had cut the lead down to 7. Biggest lead has been 16 on the night for Dragons, and they're in the white, and there's a foul right away as Peyton Williams tries to go through.
Foul is on Grant Arnold. That's his third, fourth team foul on the Rams in the second half.
And that'll be the third on Grant Arnold. And the 14th foul on Southeast Polk. And Southeast Polk gets it back. Peyton Williams, 12 points overall. He had 8 points in that fourth quarter. 4 free throws, 2 field goals, and there's a drive and the foul.
Basket is good by Willie Tunks.
On Vanderswag. Tunks with the bucket.
Fouls on Vanderswag.
And he gets the free throw. So Tunks now with 6 points. On the drive, Boston Grimes gets a bucket. He hasn't scored since the second quarter. He's got 13. Here's a three. Willie Tunks. 6 points here. And it's 53-45. Johnston. Inside to Williams, a little low pass. He finally comes up with it and called for the push-off. That'll be his third. Well, looked like a little acting and a little minor push there, but. And it'll be the 16th foul on Johnston. And Southeast Polk, give them credit, they're hanging right in there now. Bucket here cut it back down. Oh, and the foul called inside. I think that'll go against Sandquist. Sandquist's first 7-team foul. So 1-on-1. Hackbart to the line. He's got 4 points, all of them coming on free throws. And misses the front end of the 1-on-1. And Johnston now back with it. Missed opportunity by Southeast Polk to cut that lead down even more. And now Johnston being a little more patient. And there's a three. That's the shot they're looking for. Wide open three from the corner for Sandquist. He's got 11 points, 3 threes and a 2. And all of a sudden lead back up to 11. Left side shot rolls off, no good. Hunterdoss goes high to pull it down. Boston Grimes looks up the floor, decides to slow it down a bit and keep it. And Johnston will run the offense. And a push called on Luke Williams. The second, team's 5th. And Payson Van Kooten back in for the Rams. Got it as close as 7 and unable to get any farther. Had it down to 8 here in this quarter. And it'll be Johnson's ball under the bucket. And nice play by Willie Tunks. Get that ball and throw it off Williams. Misses the shot, but goes right back at it. Dominic Caggiano, he's got 7. Boston Grimes now with it. Southeast Polk staying with the man-to-man defense here. Bringing Williams up high, working off him. There he is. He rolls to the basket, gets picked up. We'll move it around and gets fouled. Third on Caggiano, and the 16th foul on Southeast Polk. Johnston still working that high weave. Sandquist dribbles out. Content to run the clock a little bit here. Vanderswag up and under, can't get it to go. Rebound, Williams gets it to fall. Williams' his first bucket here of the 4th quarter. He's got 14, averages 12.5, so just over his average. And a long 3 comes out. Vanderswag picks it up. And here come the Dragons. Oh, nice look to Vanderswag on the back cut. And the Rams will call a timeout, a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with more basketball coming up right after this on CISN.TV.
It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I look for the seal?
You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here at Johnston, 60-47. The Dragons with just a few ticks under 3 minutes to play. And here we go. Battle for that rebound, pulled out of there by Southeast Polk. Bounce inside, and the jumper, little push shot by Luke Williams. He's now got 4. 60-49. To the corner for 3. Rattles home, Bo Sandquist. 14 for Sandquist. Including 4 threes. And nice little drive baseline by Willie Tunks. Tunks now with 11, averages 15. He's the leading scorer for the Rams, not the Dragons. And foul called there on Tunks. His second, 17 foul. So it'll be the 1-and-1 now. Vanderswag to the line. He's got 18. Hasn't shot a free throw yet tonight. And he'll now get to shoot 2 as he got the front end. 19 points. He averages 14, so a little above his average. And hits that. He's 73% free throw shooter. Showed good form on those 2. And it's back up to 14 for Johnston. There's a long 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Sandquist, and he gets fouled on the rebound, and he'll get to go shoot free throws.
Foul is on Van Houten. That's his second. That's the 18th foul on the Rams. At the line, shoot 1-and-1. Polk, Sandquist.
Payson Van Houten with the foul, his second. Sandquist hits the front end of the 1-and-1. That's the 8th team foul on the Rams. Sandquist now, what's 15? Make it 16 points. He averages 10.5. And a high pass into the pep band. Almost hit the director in the back of the head as he was looking down at his music.
Timeout, Southeast Polk.
And Southeast Polk We'll take a timeout. We'll take a quick break and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Here at Johnston, the Dragons have held off a couple charges by the Rams. Southeast Polk fell behind. The largest deficit was 16. They battled back a couple times, had it down to, I think as close as they got was around 7. And had just not been able to cut it back there, and timeout called. Pressure in the inbound. We'll keep it right here. Johnston led 23-15 after 1, then 40-25 at the half, 51-39 after 3. And right now with the 16-point lead, tying the biggest lead that they've had in the game. And said Southeast Polk made a couple of runs, and just enough to keep Johnston on us and wake them back up. They weren't lulled into sleep there. Made one run coming right out of the half. And then Johnston held them off. And here we go. And a foul on the inbound play. Boston Grimes picks up foul number 4. 8th team foul, but it's an offensive foul, so they won't shoot free throws. Lob inside, nice play. Caggiano gets it. He's got 9 now. He averages about 8, so just above his average there, and a foul coming back the other way. Willie Tunks, his 3rd, 9th team foul, so we will shoot on the other end. Boston Grimes, his first free throw attempts of the night, 68% on the season. And hits the front end of the 1-and-1 there. I don't want to jinx him, but Johnson, all 3 1-and-1 attempts, they've hit the front end and gotten the bonus. And I did Boston Grimes make sure that doesn't happen. 16 points for him. Runner on the lane, no good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson, and a foul again. I think that Hackbart, his second, 10th team foul. So now double bonus for Hunter Doss. Hits it.
Checking into the game for the Rams, the junior, 6'1", number 31, Josiah Polk. Onto the floor for the Dragons, the freshman, 6'4", number 22.
Well, that's Hunter Doss's first free throw of the year. Made free throw. He's missed 2, made 1. He's got 1 point, 1 for 3 tonight. And there's a foul coming back the other way on Reed Grant, who's in the ballgame. So get in the game and get your name in the scorebook right away with the foul. Kind of story of my playing career. When I did get in, I wanted to have some action. So to the line.
Onto the floor for the Dragons, the junior, Joe Paul, number 24. Also checking in for the
Hackbart with the free throw. And Hackbart will get another one. And he gets it. And he has 6 points.
Checking in for the Dragons, the 5'9" junior number 14, Ty Petty.
Ty Petty in the ball game for Johnston. Chandler Heiser's in there. Let's see who else. Joe Paul, I think I mentioned that already. Scramble for it. And Willie Tunks with the bucket. Max McGahey in there. And the miss. And here comes Southeast Polk. Up the other way. And the foul. Against Ty Petty. It'll be put him in the double bonus. Willie Tunks to shoot 2. Leaves it a little short. He's got 13 on the night. Excuse me, that's not right. Yep, that is right. 14 now with the free throw. Oh, down the other way. Reed Grant. And bucket and the foul. Caggiano. It's his 6 point. Foul on Joe Paul. And he seeks the free throw, giving him 12 points. 3 at the buzzer by Willie Tunks. 72-64, Johnston gets to win number 11 over Southeast Polk. We'll take a break, come back and run down the scoring from this one right after this on CISN.TV.
And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
This Mr. Hometown Clothing Store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Pricey Fendt, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab and Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Editions. Power price. $99 and $219 per month lease. If it's not the power price, it's not the lowest price. 18 Equinox. Power price. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise Turbos. Power price. $18,790. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a
Back at Johnston High School, the final here, Johnston defeats Southeast Polk 72-64. Run down the scoring for you for Southeast Polk. Willie Tunks was 17, 14 for Grant Arnold, 12 for Dominic Caggiano, 6 for Daniel Hackbart, 7 for Payson Van Kooten, 2 for Luke Williams, 4 for Grant Carter for Johnston, 20 for Camden Vanderswag, 13 for Boston Grimes, 16 for Peyton Williams, 16 for Bo Sandquist, 2 for Nate Newcomb, 2 for Reed Grant, and 1 for Minch Hunter-Doss. I didn't add those up. Hopefully that all adds up. That's unofficial, of course, for the scoring. It was 23-15 Johnston after 1, 40-25 at the half, 51-39 after 3, and then they end up winning here 72-64 over Southeast Polk. So Johnston goes to 11-3 on the season. Southeast Polk falls to 4-10. Johnston will be at Waukee on Friday night. Should be a good ball game. Or excuse me, Southeast Polk is at Waukee on Friday night, and Johnston host Urbandale. Here, as you heard about that, the big rivalry, Urbandale-Johnston. So that's going to wrap it up. A split here tonight for as the girls, Southeast Polk wins 59-58, and the Johnston boys win 72-64. That's going to wrap it up on CISN.TV.
It's time for live high school basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Young drives the lane, scoops it up short, down in, a kiss off the glass, good.
High school basketball on CISN.TV is brought to you by Shottenkirk Chevrolet, Westside Auto Pros, Mid-American Energy. Now let's go courtside for high school basketball on CISN.